Hey, what's going on, everybody? Who we 186 back again with another podcast, the Overrated Podcast, episode 76. This is Who we 186, and with me is Traditionalist 101.
Traditionalist 101 is here, ladies and gentlemen, and we are, you know, looking forward for today's podcast as usual. And yeah, this definitely should be good because I definitely have a couple of things to say to my friend here, and a couple of you people who are in the chat that went over to his side. But there, that'll be on real soon. But before we start, how was your weekend?
Uh, it was it was interesting. I had to work, but I was also sick the whole week. So
You sound sick now.
yeah, I'm getting over whatever I had. Just
I
trying to
mean,
get over it.
as long as it's not COVID, I think you should be good.
No, it's not COVID. I have a cough, but it's not COVID.
Yeah, I thought you would get better by the time we start the podcast, but yeah, you still sound like you're still trying to recover.
No, I feel fine. It's just like the first day I felt this was Thursday. Well, no, it was actually Friday. I had the sore throat, and I knew every time I have a sore throat, I know okay, I'm gonna get sick. And then Saturday, I felt the worst on. I would probably say I felt the worst on Saturday, but I did. But it wasn't like I was dead, deathbed riddled or whatever. I just didn't feel good.
Hmm.
Sunday, I was more the same. Monday, I feel more myself, but like I said, I gotta I gotta let all the poison out. So
All the poison now. I like. So your weekend sucked pretty much because you were pretty much sick the whole entire time.
yeah, but it wasn't like terrible. It just had to was sick. Plus, I had to go to work, so it was just like
Yeah, sick and yes, your sickness with the combination of having to go into work
Mhm.
with your sickness. Yeah, that's one of the worst days that you could have. That's actually one of the worst days that you could have. But I mean, if as long as you're getting better, I guess that's all that matters.
Yeah,
But as far as for me, my weekend was pretty good. Like I hung out with Conspiracy Agent on Saturday.
yeah. Shout out to
Uh,
him in the chat. How you doing,
yeah,
bro?
yeah, he's in the chat. He's in the chat, so I had to bring him up. Yeah, we went bowling. It was me, it was him, it was Jordan, it was who else was there? Jordan has been on the chat too.
Yeah, yeah,
So he was there. Isaac was there. Chloe was there. Well, you don't know the rest of them, but yeah, it was probably like six of us, I believe, 6 or 7 of us. We went bowling. I actually won twice. I beat Conspiracy Agent and Isaac twice in the bowling, and it was a major comeback. Major comeback. Wasn't a conspiracy. I'm pretty sure he's gonna stay quiet. But
Mhm.
man, I was losing big time. Suddenly, I'm getting strikes. I'm getting spares, like back to back, and with my the last couple on bowls that I had, I accumulated enough points and I won, and then I won the second time. So that was exciting. That was really good. So the bowling was good, and Sunday, I watched football, with the folks, and there was one thing I wanted to show. Ah, yes, I wanted to show this. I wanted to show this. Last week I didn't get an opportunity to, but I picked up the A Plague's Tales Innocence, which is the prequel to the Workroom. So I'm gonna start this one, from now on before I continue playing the second one.
Mhm.
Um, and just the other day, I got this one you might appreciate, but not really. I got the Capcom I'm fighting tribute. This is a big book, by the way. So I got
Mhm.
that, and I also got Sakura comic, but I got the hardcover instead of the paperback.
Okay.
When it comes to with this comic, like you like because again, you know how much I love Street Fighter. I know you're a huge Street Fighter fan, also.
Mhm.
Um, there's still a whole bunch of books that I'm going to get. I'm definitely looking forward to the new one that's coming out based on Street Fighter 6. And there's a couple of back issues that I still need to get. I'm gonna get a poster also. Um, and so yeah. So my weekend was good. Went bowling, got some cool stuff, and watched some football. So yeah, this was a great weekend for me. The only part that I didn't like was that I did had to work a few hours at the job because I had to take care of the pharmacy.
Mhm.
But other than that, my weekend was great, bro. My weekend was great.
All right. All right. So enough chit chat. What you want to call me out on?
um, hold on a second. All right. So yeah, here's what I wanted to call you out. So we pretty much we're starting the first topic. Yes.
Mhm.
All right. So, like you said, enough chit chat, and it's time to get this show on the road. Now I'm gonna start calling.
Before you do, let me shout out Malta. How you doing, Malta? And
Oh, before you continue with your shout out, Malta. I hope you're happy because basketball is actually the first topic. I actually wanted to talk about the NFL first,
we'll talk about it.
but we'll talk about it. But I hope you're happy now. We get to actually talk some basketball on here.
And conspiracy agent said, "No, I'm not ashamed. You won both games. GG."
Yeah. I was really really shocked that I won the first one because I was like far behind on the first game, far behind on the first game. I couldn't believe it, but um, Isaac, he was winning throughout the most entire match in the first round. But then he started, getting some gutter balls. Conspiracy agents started getting some gutter balls, and I just kept on winning. I just kept on getting more spares and a couple of strikes, and yeah, that lead to victory. By the way, when the last time you went bowling?
Officially, probably like 2 years ago.
Oh, I could have sworn the last time you went was me, you, Randy James, and Big James, and
No,
everybody else.
I went bowling before that.
You mean
I don't
after?
think you. I don't think you were there though.
Um.
I
Oh yeah, of
went.
course.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, of course. You went to another nice event without inviting me. Of course.
I was invited.
Yeah, you could easily invited me also, but you choose not to, which is fine. That's your
Did I
normal
did I did
MO.
I did I did I go to the bowling thing that you just went to?
No, because I know you had to work.
How
That's
do
the
I know?
difference.
How do I know you weren't working?
You know what my schedule is.
I don't
No,
know what your schedule is.
we had this. I want to get to the podcast, but we had this discussion
I
already.
don't know what your
Every
schedule is.
every
You have two jobs.
every time when you have an activity that you're doing that you've been invited to, I'm always the last person that you to think of
I'm,
to
I'm,
invite.
I'm telling you straight up. I'm not the person you need to be talking to. First of all, I don't know. I don't remember if you were there or not. I don't. I think you were there, but I don't remember. I don't remember.
Hmm.
But if you, I'm not the person to blame. If you didn't get an invite, I'm not the one to blame.
Who should be getting the blame?
I don't know. There's someone else. There's someone else you know very well that invited me, and I don't remember if you were there or not. I just don't remember. I
Um,
think you were there, but I don't remember.
um, and you said this was 2 years ago,
Yeah, a couple years ago.
and the person that invited you knows me,
Yeah,
and you didn't think not once to say, you know what? Let me invite Steve. Let me invite Steve to see if he wants to go.
I don't
I
remember.
hear,
I
yeah,
don't
I
remember
hear sound.
asking. No, I don't remember asking. Steve, I don't even know if I honestly I don't remember if you were there or not. I don't
Hmm.
remember.
Hmm.
Do you remember going to that area by Hollandale, the flea market by not flea market, the casino by Hollandale Beach Boulevard?
Casino by Hollandale.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't think so.
You never been in that area. You never been to a bowling alley in that area.
In the casino? No, not really.
Yeah,
No.
then I like I said, I don't remember if you were there or not. But the person you need to talk to is not me.
Yeah, it's funny that if it's a person that I know, why keep it hush hush? Just tell me who it is.
No, okay, I'm not putting the person's business out there.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I bet you're not gonna tell me who it is after the podcast anyway.
No, I mean like it's not like it should be pretty obvious who it was.
You say obvious. I honestly I don't know. Um, whoever the person is, I guess I'll touch base, with that individual later on, and ask him or her. Well, I'm pretty sure it's a guy, but I need to know why wasn't I invited, to the event? Because if it's a mutual friend, they know that I will probably go, unless it's like a strip club or something.
All
Now,
right.
if I went to that, then yeah, don't even send me an invite. But bowling, I'm always going to be down, for bowling, playing pool, or whatever it is, whatever activity that we're going to do.
All right. Yeah. Now you're gonna call me on or something?
Okay, so we are going to start with the NBA. So Malta, I know you will be happy with this, but it's time to do some call outs. I'm going to call some people out here, right? And the person I'm going to call out, number one, is obviously my friend here, Hoovy 186. And I think who was on this chat? Who else was agreeing with Hoovy on this chat? I think it was Malta. I think Malta also agreed with you. And okay, that's all I see for right now. Malta Malta said, thank God. Yeah, God is good, man. God is good. But yeah, I'm gonna start calling you guys out, and here's why. Let me share this and entire screen share. Okay. All right. So Bam Adebayo slams All-Star voting. There are guys, I'm going to highlight this here. There are guys that shouldn't be on that list. And I 100% agreed with him. You see, this is what we were talking about this just last week. And obviously I had this, debate with my friend over here, Hoovy 186, where here was my position. Just in case the rest of you didn't know what was going on. My position with the my position with the NBA All Star was that I feel that the individual, the ball player that's playing the best basketball, should be the one that deserves to go in. not based on popularity, not based on the life achievements. I feel that when it comes to All Star, since we have an All Star every year, the way you perform that season should dictate if you should be an All Star or not. That's my position. That was my original position. You reward the people who plays the best basketball. Now, having do you have anything else to say regarding that before I continue?
Finish so that I can destroy you.
All right, you want to destroy me. All right, that's not going to happen. And I'm actually looking forward to see what Malta also has to say. But okay, so Bam Adebayo, he did not make it into the All Star team. Just so you all know. Now,
That's not true. That's not true.
unless there's
That's not true.
unless there's let me finish.
That's not true.
Well, based on this list, where is it?
So what is that? That is that the starters or the whole team?
Where's my list at?
Is that the starters or the whole team?
Okay, here we go. Here you go.
Is that
Um,
starters or the whole team?
hmm?
Is that starters or the whole team?
The whole team.
No, because the whole team hasn't been announced yet. It's only been the starters that have been announced,
Um,
and the starters are the ones that the fans vote for.
so when Bam Adebayo said there's people that shouldn't be on that list, and
Talking
you
about,
also and you and
he's
you also
talking about the
complained.
list. He's talking about
Hold
the
on,
list.
hold on, wait. You complained just last week also about how Bam Adebayo wasn't on the list.
Yeah, I agree. There are people who voted for other guys and not him.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that he's not going to be an all star.
Well, for right now, based on oh my goodness, based on what I'm seeing, he hasn't even been announced if he's an All Star yet.
No, because they only announced the starters.
That's fine.
They haven't announced the reserves yet.
So so all right. So based on this list, what you see right here before you, I see right now, I see at least three people that shouldn't be on this list as far as the front
Fan
court.
voting,
Hmm?
fan voting, and I
I've
agree.
no,
But
hold on, wait. How is it that you agree, but at the same time and the same token, you say, oh well, yeah, it has to be based on popularity and they should be able to do what they want. You can't agree with me, but then agree with the fans. You
oh
can't.
my god, you want me? Oh yeah, do you want me to go or because you're
And-
digging
and-
yourself into a bigger hole?
no, I'm not. No, I'm not. Let me finish the article. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, let me finish the article. So, Bam Adebayo says, having a stellar 2022-2023 season, and he believes he deserves an All Star nod as a result. The 25-year-old recently spoke about the All Star selection process and explained that he is counting on NBA coaches to vote him in. He likely won't get in via the fan vote, which he understands is beyond his control. Now, before I continue reading, he he's not wrong for saying that this is pretty much out of his control. Like he's not wrong there. I understand that when it comes to fans voting for All Stars, I could understand that there's really nothing that he could do about it, nor anybody else. However, this is part of the problem that I have an issue with. This is the issue that I have. It is clear that most of these fans are either just casuals or they don't know anything about basketball. They only know the who are the elite players are. And the reason why I say that, and I'm gonna continue reading the rest of the article, but the reason why I say that because I'm going to name at least one player, at the very least one, and I'll name the other players, but let me just name one. Explain to me how in the world Kyle Kuzma gets to be in the All Star the starters, and yet and you telling
He's
me
not
that
a
he's better
starter.
than Bam
He's not a
Adebayo?
starter.
No, but
He's not a
he's
starter.
on this list is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You mean to tell me that he is on here, and you mean to tell me that he's better than Bam? You mean to tell me that he's better? At the very least, I think you're on my side when it comes to this. When
No
it comes
shit.
to
I pointed it out last week. I
uh,
pointed that out last week.
I mean, I don't remember.
No, of
I don't.
course you don't remember. Of course you
No,
don't
I don't
remember.
remember. No, I don't remember. No, I don't.
Let me rehash for you.
Go ahead.
Okay, on this list of front court players, right? Nick Claxton being above him is a joke. Julius Randle, a joke.
Whoa, 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 whoa,
Paolo
whoa,
Banchero is a joke.
whoa.
Kyle
Julius Randle.
Kuzma is a joke.
Look, 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 look. Julius Randle, I think he's averaging 24 and 10.
I don't give a fuck. He's not better than Bam Adebayo. Not even close.
Bam Adebayo is averaging 21 and 10.
Okay, Bam is a better player than Julius Randle by a lot. By a lot. The only reason why he's here is because one, props to them, they're winning.
Right, they're winning.
But the main person who is helping them win is Bronson. Is what's the name? Jalen Bronson. And guess where he's at on the guards? He's not there. He's not there. Well, you know who's there? Derrick Rose.
Why? Quick, real quick, before you talk about destroying me, whatever. Why do you have everything? Why you have everything against Julius Randle? Is it because he's in New York?
No, it's the only reason why he's up there, which is weird because why isn't Brunson on there? It makes no sense. No, because like people overrate Julius Randle. I'm not saying he's not a good player, but Bam is better than him by a lot. By a lot.
By a lot, despite the fact that he's averaging more points.
I don't give a fuck how many points he's averaging. It's not all about points. It's not just about points. Anybody can fucking score in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody can score. But I guarantee you, Julius Randle can't play nowhere near the type of defense that Bam does. Not even close.
So
but I said all of this. Like Kuzma, obviously no. Pascal Siakam, no. And I even say Jimmy Butler, no.
why don't you think Jimmy Butler should be an all-star?
To me, Bam Adebayo has been their best player this year. He's been their best player.
Frankly, I think Jimmy Butler is just as important than I wouldn't say I wouldn't really call Bam Adebayo that much better than Jimmy. I think you could have an argument that they're pretty much equal for that team. That team is not going anywhere with neither one.
For this team this year, Bam Adebayo has been their best player. Jimmy's been hurt, and when he's been playing, he's been great. But Bam Adebayo is their best player.
I could understand what you're saying, but I can't get pissed off if Jimmy Butler is there, ahead ahead of Bam. I think, in my opinion, regardless of who goes in, like let's say there was one spot left, for example, and you had to choose between the two. I think with either decision will be fine. I don't think it's like all outrageous that Jimmy Butler is ahead of Bam Adebayo, if you know what I'm saying. That Miami Heat team is not going anywhere without Jimmy, nor are they going anywhere without Bam. I think it's equal between the two of them.
Trust me, as someone who actually watches them play, Bam has been their best player.
Yeah. All right. Well. With that being said, continue on. That you was going to destroy me on something. Go ahead.
I already destroyed you. I already did. I already destroyed you. Like you're saying, what did I say last week? You don't even remember. I said that what the fan voting is basically it's a popularity contest. That's what it is. That's what Bam Adebayo pretty much is admitting. That's why he's saying he's hoping that the fans get the vote, that the coaches and the players vote him in as a reserve. Because what they did, and since I'm the one that has to bring it up, let me do that right now. That the All-Star starters were announced.
You showing something?
Yeah, let me look it up real quick.
Oh, okay, because I was gonna talk about the starting five. I
You
had a
have it.
visual. Yeah.
All right, then pop bring it up.
All right. Hang on a second. Right here.
Yeah, this is your starting five.
Yeah.
Now, in the East, you have Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Donovan Mitchell, Jason Tatum. On the West, you have Steph Curry, Luka Doncic, LeBron James, Zion Williamson, and Nikola Jokic.
Mm-hmm.
Those are your five. Those are the only ones that are confirmed to be in the game as of right now. The reserves will be announced later on this week.
Now this is the issue that I have. Let me start with the Eastern Conference first.
Mhm.
I have an issue. I don't have an issue with Giannis. I don't have an issue with Giannis, but I think Joel Embiid should be on the starting five.
Who are you going to take out?
That right now, to me, is he's leading MVP in my opinion.
Who are you going to take out?
Either Giannis stays. You either take out Kevin Durant or Jason Tatum. You take one of those guys out, and I'm inserting Embiid M. Not just the MVP, not just because I think he's MVP right as of right now, but also I actually agree with what Shaq said a couple of days ago, where he said that when it comes to the All Stars, he believes that they should have a center position in the starting five, and I agree with that. I agree. So he should have automatically have been in by default. Now, luckily, that Jokic is on the West, but if you want to make it where you have a center, you have your two forwards, and then you have your two guards, Embiid should be there. So,
They changed that years ago.
and
They changed that years ago.
you think that's a good thing?
I mean, I don't like I said, I don't care because it's a meaningless game. So, which I said last week also. But
No, no,
like,
no. But see, this is. I don't. Let me tell you why I don't like how you say, "Oh, it's a meaningless game," or it doesn't mean anything. You have to remember when you become an all star, you could add that into your resume and use that for the negotiation to get a better contract.
that's fine. But that has
That
nothing to do
that
with
that
me.
that 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 huh?
That has nothing to do with me.
But this is why it proves once again my point of why you put people who deserves to be on there.
Okay, that's fine, Steve. I get it, but it does nothing for me. I
Who
don't.
said no? No, no. Of course, it doesn't do anything for you. This is just based upon who is playing the best basketball in that same season. That's it. That's all I'm
Okay.
saying.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. How is it that you want to have a two guard positions and you have three forward positions? You don't have to in a regular game. There is no three forwards. You have a center and you have two forwards. That's how it is.
I mean,
And
it's just the way that basketball is now. Like,
okay,
the thing is that like everyone's more concentrated on positionless basketball. If you want to say like just that's just how it is.
but let me tell you how that becomes a contradiction because in a regular season you still have a player that's playing center anyway.
Yeah, but normally they're like it's not going to be your traditional 7 footer anymore. It's normally the guy who used to be your power forward back in the '90s is gonna be your center now. As long as he can move his feet, then yeah, he'll be your center.
So what you're well, correct me if I'm wrong. Are you saying that not having a center in the All Star game, what you're saying it's not a big deal, even though it kind of screwed over Joel Embiid is not really a big deal, is what you're saying.
I mean, to me, it's not a big deal because I don't care about the game. I don't really care. But to me, like the thing is that does Joel Embiid deserve to be a starter? Absolutely, he does. But who are you going to take out? Who are you going to take out? Like to me, I would take out Durant because he's hurt. But if he was healthy, like he's in all he's put up all-star starter numbers.
Right.
He has. Now, I mean I would probably take out Kyrie, but he's a guard. So he doesn't affect Embiid.
Right.
Same thing with Mitchell. And I can't take out Tatum because he's an MVP candidate. He absolutely is.
Yeah, I agree with that too.
And Giannis, like he's an MVP candidate.
Correct.
So who you gonna take out?
Yeah, I'm taking out. I'm taking, like I said, I'm taking out either Kevin Durant or Jason Tatum. It has to be one of those two guys. Now, I guarantee a lot of fans will probably look at that and say, "Oh, you're being a lunatic. You're being idiotic by wanting to take out Kevin Durant or Jason Tatum." Like, I could understand people would get upset by pretty much saying you shouldn't even touch any of these guys, and I get it. But at the end of the day, you have to put people who's playing the best basketball, and I think
And
that
I was pointing out that all these guys are. All these guys are.
But would you say that Joel Embiid and Giannis are like the top two guys as far as MVP is concerned?
I mean, honestly, you can make a case, with the exception of Irving, you can make a case for all four of these guys being MVP candidates, in my opinion. You can make a case for all four of these guys. Like I said, Durant, when he was on the team, the Nets were awesome. And
Yeah,
look what happened since he's been gone.
yeah,
Obviously, Giannis is fantastic. He just put up 50 points a couple yesterday, I think. He just put up 50. Jason Tatum's been an MVP candidate, and Donovan Mitchell since he's been to Cleveland, they've been excellent. They've been great.
I think, are they in the fourth seed or fifth seed? I think
I think
fifth
they're in the
seed.
50 right now, but I mean they were very good. They're very good, and he's been a big difference for that team. Like I said before, like all these guys have been excellent. And I get it. Like I said, Joel Embiid should be a starter. But
Absolutely.
if you're going to do it this way, if you're going to do it this way, this is how it's going to go. This is how it's going to go. Because if it was done the old school way,
Hmm.
Joel Embiid would be an all star for like 20 straight years. Because I can't think of a center in the Eastern Conference who is anywhere close to him.
I mean, even if that's even if that's the case, yeah. I mean, it is unfortunate that we don't have that many um that many centers, but that shouldn't be Joel Embiid's problem. If he's still playing the best basketball, he still should be in there. You know what I
I mean,
mean?
I think wasn't he a starter last year?
Was he? Dude, I can't remember. Dude, I can't remember.
I'll look it up. I'll look it up.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Why you do that? Now, while you do that, let's go over to the west side. Okay, and one last thing. Let me go back to the let me go back to the let me go back to this list real quick. Okay, here's there was one thing I wanted to mention on the
Yeah,
guard side.
he was an all star.
No, was he a starter?
Starter. Yeah, he was a starter.
Okay, good. All right. So he was a starter. All right.
Yeah.
So obviously, that changed. He's not a starter now. But again, I think that he's being screwed over, because of the whole position thing. And look, if if I remember one time Kenny Smith had said, fans are just going to vote, who they like. They're just going to vote for who they like, who they want, to be in the game. And I've always said, that's fine. But then I don't want to hear anything about um who's more deserving and talking about merits and all this other stuff if all you're just going to do every single year is just vote for your favorite based on who's your favorite team and who's your favorite player is.
Right, but
Then
that's just how it is. That's how it is, and that's not going to change. Which is what I said last week.
I didn't say that I didn't use the argument, it's not going to change or what this and that. All I'm saying is I feel like a lot of players will get screwed over based on the system that is currently in right now. That's all I'm saying. That's what I'm saying that last week, and I'm saying it this week. Now as far as the guards, right? Okay, hold on. Did you think with Donovan Mitchell and Kyrie Irving, you said you okay with those two? Did you
I
think?
mean,
Go
yeah.
ahead.
Who else is gonna be there?
I was. You don't even think James Harden should be on there?
I mean, what I like? I don't know. Like, not really. No.
I mean, the guy is.
He'll be a starter. I mean,
I mean,
he'll be an all-star.
I mean, I believe I think he has like the most assists in the whole entire league. I think he's
All right,
averaging like 11 assists with what 21, 22 points.
all right, that's fine. But he's not. But he's not a starter. He's just not. He'll be an all-star, but he's not a starter. Like, we're making such a big deal over who starts the game and or whatnot. As long as they're an all-star, that's all that matters.
I mean, I guess if you want to look at it that way, I mean that's fine. But I still think it's wrong that Embiid is not a starter. Now let's go over to the West. I can't remember what I wanted to say in the guards position. Let's go over to the West side. Do you have a problem with the starting five?
Like I said, like I really don't care. But like, who got snubbed?
Like
Who got snubbed? Now,
I
mind you, the only reason why we even talked about this in the first place is because of LeBron James.
no wait not this week. I mean not today. That was last week.
No, yeah, that was last week. The first time we had this conversation was because of him. And the funny thing is, he has all-star numbers.
And where's his team? Where's his team at?
You keep saying that shit like it matters.
Yeah, it does matter.
No, it don't
It
matter.
does matter. Yeah, it does.
No, it
Yeah,
don't.
it does. Your
No, it
team
doesn't.
success also should be a reason why if you should be an all-star or not.
That's so fucking stupid. That's not true
That
at
is
all.
true. That should be true. Yes, your
It's
team
not true at
success should
all.
count. Your team success should count. It should count.
If you're an all-star, you're an all-star. That's it.
Okay, so all right. So when LeBron James was hurt, I think it was like 2 years ago, where he barely played. He should have been an all-star.
I never. If he didn't play, he shouldn't have been an all-star. If he don't play, but look at his numbers. What does the fucking numbers say?
He still had good numbers that time.
But he didn't. How many games did he play?
He barely played. He was hurt.
Okay.
But yet he still got voted in, right?
Yeah, of course he did.
Okay,
Why?
right.
Why did he get voted in? Why did he get voted in?
No. Hold on.
Why did he get voted in? No. Answer. We're not continuing this podcast unless you answer that question. Why did he get voted in?
You know why?
No,
You know
I
why.
want you to tell me.
Because the fans voted him
Yes.
in. That's why.
Yes, because
Which
because
continues
it's
to prove my point.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Because so that means you don't even have to play and you can still get in.
Everybody has told you that it is nothing more than a popularity contest. If it's especially for the starters, it's a popularity contest. I told you that. Everyone in the chat told you that, but yet you're being too stubborn to realize that. And then you bring out an article that actually makes my point for me when it comes to Bam Adebayo. Why? Because you thought that all the All-Stars were announced. You didn't know that the reserves haven't been announced yet. You also didn't know that the fans don't vote for the reserves.
Oh, I do know that, but I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Because that's why the coaches and the players, get involved.
All right, then why did you bring up the Bam Adebayo thing in the first place? Why?
Because he complained that he didn't start.
No, it's not about starting. He didn't mention anything about starting because even with his numbers right now, he's not going to start in this group. He wasn't going to. He wasn't going to. He don't have the numbers that KD, Giannis, or Tatum. He don't have those numbers.
But at the end of the day, you still complained that you had. Let me see how many games that. Let me see how many people that you named here. Let me see. You named.
What he complained about? Yes. What he complained about?
We named. No. You had your time. Now it's my turn to have my time.
No, because
We
you've been
named
exposed. You've been
we
exposed.
named
You've been
we
absolutely
named
exposed.
we named Claxton, who
Who's
probably
not going to be an all
averaging
star?
who's who I think he's only averaging like 10 points.
He's not going to be an all star, so he'll be fine.
10 points, and
He's
yet
not. He's not.
and yet he's number 10. I don't care what anybody said. That's just an atrocity.
Yeah, it is.
In my opinion.
It is. It
And
is.
you have
Which is what I said.
and you have I don't even know how to pronounce this dude's name. Do you know how to pronounce this dude's name? Yeah, the team is almost in last place. How the hell did he get in?
Look, they're not. No, first I think Detroit's in last place. This team is getting.
I said nearly. I think he's like third from last. I think.
But that team, if they stay on the course, they'll be better. They'll be better. This guy's good. Pablo's good. He's not better than Bam, and I don't know if he's gonna be an all-star.
I'm glad that you said that.
I don't know if he's gonna be an all-star, but trust me, this guy's good. This guy's good.
All right, yeah. Now, who else did you name? You name Julius Randle.
He'll be an all-star.
Now, again, Julius Randle. That dude is 24-10. So I'm not really that upset that he's in the all-star team. I'm not. Like, I know you are, but I'm not. I'm not really that.
No. He could be on the all-star team, but he's not better than Bam. He's not.
All right, but he scores more though. Just to let you know.
But he's nowhere near the defender that Bam Adebayo is. Not even close.
Now, and then last but not least, you have Kyle Kuzma, like
not an all-star.
Which continues to show that once I'm trying to tell you is I'm not saying that you are wrong, and I'm not saying that Malta and Roy, who also agreed with you, you did a very good job of brainwashing people. What I'm trying to say?
No,
common sense. What I'm trying to say is that based on these guys who we all named, Kuzma, whatever this guy's name is, you mentioned Julius Randle, but I'm okay with him. Claxton, averaging 10 points. Clearly, the fans cannot always get it right, is what I'm trying to say. These people are taking another person's spot.
That's why they have that. That's why they have coaches and players.
Okay, but having these, in my opinion,
is why they have coaches and players.
In my opinion, but like I told Roy when we was talking on the phone, I told him we're gonna go to the West real quick because this is Anthony Davis is a prime example. I told him even if players and coaches are now involved, a guy who doesn't deserve to be an all-star at all still took somebody else's spot. That was my point.
Who did? Who took someone's spot?
Okay, for example, Anthony Davis. I don't think he should be an all-star at all.
Is he on the all-star team?
You don't see it?
I mean, he's on the fan voting list, but is he an all-star?
I'm pretty sure he. Let me look.
He's not. He's not an all-star. At least not yet.
But maybe now you can see what I'm trying to say.
All right, he's not an all-star. You said that it's taking a spot. He's not an all-star.
How do you know he's not an all-star?
Because he's not in the starters. And the only way he will get in is through players and coaches.
Can you see my light?
I can see.
Okay. All right. So yeah. So like I was saying, right? This is the reason why I say that fans will never be able to get this right.
Are you listening to me?
They can't get it right.
They can't. Are you listening to me? He's not an all-star.
You just said you don't know.
No. Check the all-star starters. He's not an all-star. At least as of right now, he's not an all-star. So how is he taking the spot of somebody? How is he taking the spot of somebody when he's not an all-star?
All right. Well, okay. I guess we'll find out. But I'm going based on what I'm seeing right here.
All right. No. Then you're just lying to yourself. That's what you're doing. You're just lying to yourself.
All right. Whatever you say, man.
You just said, "Oh, the fans are taking away a spot from somebody else," and you want to point out Anthony Davis as an example. But if you go to the all-star starters, he's not there.
Who's okay? So who's there? Who's there?
LeBron James, Nikola Jokic, and Zion Williamson.
Oh yeah, that we already talked about that. We already talked about that.
and
We already talked about that. We already know who the who's the
the only way Anthony Davis can get in is through coaching or the players vote. That's it.
yeah, but fans still hold 50 percent of the vote. And you and
Okay,
you and you
and they've
said
already and they've
and
already
you
and they
said
and their vote has already been counted.
and you said and what did you also say last week? You also said we can't trust the players either.
No, and you know what? I'm glad you mentioned that because let me show you something else. Let me show you something what the players did. Let me look this up. Let me get out of this. Hold on a second. Let's look at this bullshit right here.
Let me hold on. Let me get out of here. Let me go back to
No,
your
no, you
thing.
don't have to go. You don't leave nothing. Don't leave
No.
nothing.
No. I want to see what you're trying to show.
All right, I will. I don't worry. I got you. Okay, just leave it there. Let me share my thing. No, I'll get you guys. I'll get you guys comments in a second.
Oh wow, we have several.
Oh my bad. Let me do the whole thing.
We actually have several. Wow, we have
Yeah,
a lot.
no, I'll
Oh
get
my
to all
god.
of them.
All right, all right.
Okay, look at it. Look at this. Look at this right now. Chet Holmgren receives 4 All-Star votes. OKC roster. That's not important. Chet Holmgren. I'm not even gonna read the. I'm not even gonna read the article.
No.
Chet
Read.
Holmgren. Do you know who he is?
Just read the
I'm not reading the article. I'm not reading
No,
the
no, no,
art.
no, no.
I'm not reading the
I'm not.
article.
No. I'm not saying read the whole entire thing. I'm not saying read the whole entire thing. Like I want you to read the um like pretty much. Crap, what's going on with my light? I just want you to read the most important part of it.
No, I read. The most important part is the title. That's the most important part. Chet Holmgren received 4 All-Star votes. You want to know who he is?
I have no idea who he
He's
is.
a rookie for the. Okay, he's a rookie for the OKC Thunder. Now he's been hurt all year. Hurt all year. He hasn't played a single game.
Mm-hmm.
And he received 4 All-Star votes. This, from the players. From the players. Like, look,
I
they're
wish you
not.
had read that. Go ahead.
Steve, what is there to read?
All right, go ahead.
What
Because
is
you
there to
sound
read?
so
I
frustrated.
told you that a rookie. I told you that. No, because this whole conversation is frustrating. The whole conversation is frustrating. Like Chet Holmgren, a guy who hasn't played, got All-Star votes
And you mean to tell me
from
that's
the
fine?
players.
Yeah, from the players,
No,
which means the players can't be trusted.
what, that's what I said last. Which was what I said last week.
So why? So
But
if that's the case, go ahead. Go ahead.
so that's why when it comes to people like Bam Adebayo, the only way he's gonna get in. I think the players will vote him in, but it's between coaches and players. They're the ones that are gonna have to vote him in, and I
So
do
okay.
believe they'll vote him in.
How do you know? How do you know? So how do you know for a fact that Anthony Davis is not going to go in if players can't be trusted either?
I don't know. I don't know.
You went through all of that, and yet now you're
But
gonna
you,
say
but
that you
you, but
don't
you
know.
said, but you
My,
said,
my issue is if fans can't get it right and the players are just going to vote for their buddies and they're just going to vote for who they think it is and not based on who's playing the best basketball, then yo like you need to like, it just frustrates me that now you have this guy who I didn't even know who this guy was. This what's his name? Check whatever his
Chet
name is.
Holmgren.
I don't
Chet
even
Holmgren.
I never heard of this guy. Now if you knew who he was beforehand, well, awesome, awesome. I don't even know who that guy is. But the fact that he actually gets a vote, and you said that he never even hasn't even played a lick of basketball, That's an atrocity. Also, it is. It is. So what's the issue of calling this stuff out, even though you
It's
think
not,
it?
no. You what you're doing, you're jumping, you're jumping from argument to argument. First, it was, oh, LeBron shouldn't be leading because his team stinks, whatever.
Yeah, because his team stinks, which I agree with.
Okay, is that even though he is an all star,
I never say he wasn't.
you, well, you, regardless of that, right? So then it's, oh well, look at these guys who are on this list who shouldn't be on the list, which I agree with, which I agree with you there also,
Okay, but
right?
you still yelled at me anyway. But okay, go
No,
ahead.
because the thing is that at the end of the day, these guys are not. A lot of these guys aren't going to be all stars. The fan voting is what the one.
Based on what you just showed me about the guy in OKC, yeah, I think you could be wrong, bro.
He's not going to be an all star based on fan voting. Like they did what they were going to do, right? They did what they're going to do. They voted for their favorite players, right? It is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, and that's why I kept trying to tell you that it is what it is. Like, if fan voting is fan voting, and there's nothing you can do to change that.
But Hoovy, I'm not arguing with you that the whole popularity thing is a fact. I know it's a fact. Like it is what it is. You can't change that.
Then
I
why?
just, I just have an issue with it because fans will continue to get it wrong because they are only going to vote for who they like,
Which
not
is
the
what
person who actually
which is
deserves
what
it.
I said last week.
No, that's what I said.
No, that's what I said. It's a popularity contest.
But
Everyone told you that, and yet you wanted to fight it.
no, okay, heaven no. What I'm trying to I'm not saying that you are wrong. Yes, it is a fact that it's a popularity contest. I'm calling that out. I'm calling it based because it's a popularity contest. It's not right because now you have issues where people are voting for freaking Claxton instead of Bam Adebayo. You have I mean look at this. You have look at the guards. One last thing I want to point out, and we can move on. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Look at freaking Austin Rivers. Austin Rivers. He's on here.
Austin Reed.
Um, Reed, my bad. He's on here. I think he's only averaging like what 12 points or whatever. Do you think he deserves to be on there over Bane from Grizzlies? I don't think so.
No,
No, absolutely not.
but that was never my. But the thing is that one, it was never my argument, and two, he's so far down on the fan voting here that he's not going to be in anyway. What matters when it comes to fan voting, what matters is the top two or three.
But
That's
but,
what matters.
but also remember they since they get 50% of the vote, they already have leverage. Since the fans have 50% of it, they already have leverage. And I
As
don't and I don't and I,
long
and I don't and I don't trust these freaking players to vote for the right guys to go in. They're just going to vote for their favorite players. I guarantee that's what's
as
going to happen.
long as they're not in, then there's nothing wrong with that. It is what it is. As
Well,
long as they're not in, that's why they changed the format to what it is.
to the coaches and to the players. Yeah, I agree with that. And trust me, I'm happy that they're trying. And I'm pretty sure the reason why they did it in the first place, because yeah, guys who deserve to be there will never be able to go in if all fans are going to do is just vote for their favorite players. Whoever is playing the battle, and I'm gonna say this one last time. My overall argument is that yes, you are right that it is a popularity contest. That's the issue that I have because you will have issues where Bam is not going to go in, where Bane is not going to go in, and you have issues where freaking Derrick Rose is in, and freaking Kyle Kuzma and Nick Claxton has the possibility of going in because fans have 50% of the vote. Yeah, I have an issue with that. That was my whole argument, and I think you partially agreed with me with that. But the thing that you refused to that you couldn't understand is that yes, it is a popularity contest, but it shouldn't be, is what I'm trying to say.
Right, but there's nothing you can do to change that. There's nothing you can do to change that. One and two, like I said before, the coaches and the players vote for the reserves. not the fans. So whatever vote they tally, they'll get in. They're the ones that will get in.
Well, I just hope that they get it. I just hope that they get it right. But based on what you showed, based on what you showed with the guy from OKC, the players are not going to get it right. So there's really nothing that the media, the staff from the media, I don't really think there's anything they could do if the players can get it right either. You know what I mean?
We'll see. We'll see. But with that said, when it comes to the whole Bam Adebayo thing, right? You wanted to call me out. What was there to call me out on?
That he complained. Let me see where. Um, yeah, that there are guys that shouldn't be on that list, which was part of my argument.
And I agree with that. I agree with that. But at the end of the day, I said that he will likely get in through coaches and players.
Okay, now before you start reading the comments, so let's see if we could set this record straight. You agree with me that it should be based on who plays the best basketball? Yes.
No, it's an all-star game for a reason. Yes.
Okay, so you agree with me with that. Okay, you disagree with me that they shouldn't change it. Like it should also remain a popularity contest as well.
Steve, that's what it is. Like there's nothing. That's what it is. If you give fans an opportunity to vote, they're going to vote for their favorite players.
All right. Well, we'll leave it at that. But my position stays the same.
But you see my problem with you is that your position keeps jumping from thing to thing after I prove you wrong.
You didn't prove me wrong on
That,
anything.
okay, the thing you said you went all crazy over LeBron James being the captain, even
Yes,
though
yes, because his team sucks.
okay that's fine, but his numbers prove that he's an all star, and since he's popular, he's going to get a lot of votes. He's been voted captain every year since the whole captain thing started.
Yeah, and I think that did that include when he was injured down that one time?
I don't remember. I don't remember.
Yeah, because with that being said, even you had said to me, and we agreed with each other on this, that he shouldn't even have been a starter because he barely played anything. He barely played any basketball.
I don't remember a time where he missed like that much time. I remember one year, but that was near the end of the year. But I don't remember. But the
Yeah,
thing is that
it was the year where he was injured like nearly in the beginning of the season.
I don't remember. But the thing is, your argument jumped from LeBron James, then it went to obviously the players that we talked about.
Yeah, yeah. But want to know why? Because
Then it
all of
jumped.
that still falls under of the fan voting.
Hey, that's fine. But even when it came to the list of the guys who were voting in with the fans, I said that Steph Curry should not have been in the top in a top vote getter. You agreed, but that's not the reason why you wanted to do the podcast. You wanted to bring it up on the podcast. Your sole reason was because of LeBron James, despite the fact that Steph Curry is the top vote getter, but yet Luka and Morant has had better years than him.
And what did I say? I said that I believe that John Morant should have taken Curry's place.
Okay,
That's
but
what.
that's not the reason why we talked about it on the podcast. Not because that wasn't because of it. It was because
I know what you're trying to do. You're just trying to make it seem like, oh, look, this is how much you hate LeBron James because, oh, this thing was only mainly about
it's not
LeBron.
about what I'm trying to do. It's what you did.
Is you trying to say that, oh, you see, this proves that you hate LeBron James. You hate LeBron James. Go ahead, say it.
No,
Oh, I hate LeBron James, right?
it is
That's what you're going to say.
that you pretty much proved it. You pretty much proved it.
I didn't talk about LeBron James at all. You brought him up, but go ahead. That's fine. That's fine.
But the
That's fine.
reason why this topic was a thing last week was because of him.
Yeah, because his team is garbage, and yet he still became captain in that team. Yes, I mean, and the All Star. Yes, despite the fact that you have other guys who's not only playing great in the season, but their team is also team success. I think that still counts. Now, if you don't think team success doesn't count, that's fine, but I think it does.
I think it's a deal breaker between two guys who are close. Yes, but to punish him for the if he was averaging 21 or whatever, if he was averaging pedestrian numbers, then I would agree with you 100%.
Hmm.
But he's not. But he's not averaging pedestrian numbers.
So you think team success should go through like tiebreakers?
Yeah, it should be a tiebreaker situation. Yeah, it should
Uh,
be a tiebreaker, but it's not. But his numbers are astronomical.
no, I guess that's fair.
And
I'll
ba-
agree with, I'll agree
and,
with you there.
based on the people that they have underneath him, yeah, Jokic should have more votes.
Yes.
Zion is tough because he's been hurt. If he had been healthy, I would put him above LeBron. Um, Wiggins, no. Paul, maybe. On marketing, no. Green, no. Sabonis, no. Even though he's been good
Well,
this year.
well, yeah, no, I want to say yes because that team is in third place right now. I have to. He's partially responsible of that team's success right now. He deserves to be there.
No, he'll be an all-star, but I don't think he would be ahead of LeBron.
Oh no. I agree with you. I agree with you.
The sheer numbers, he shouldn't be ahead of LeBron. And Looney, no, like it's a joke. But I look at the
We
front
got
court.
several jokes on here, but go ahead.
I mean, I look at the front court here, and I'm like, who like outside of Joker and Zion when he's healthy, who should definitely be ahead of LeBron?
Let me see. You said Joker, Zion. You don't think oh well, he's not on the list, so it doesn't matter. I was gonna say oh no, he is on the list. He's on the guards list. I think Jacques has a case
All right,
to be
but
captain.
I'm talking about forwards. I'm talking about front court. I'm talking about guards. I'm talking about front
Oh,
court.
okay, okay. Oh no. No, I was talking about just overall captain. Like who should just be
Oh,
captain of the team.
yeah, okay. Then on the guard side, obviously Curry, if he was healthy, Doncic, yeah,
Yeah.
Morant, yeah, but everyone else, no.
No, everyone else, no, I agree with you there. Like there's only like one, like a couple of selections that to choose from as far who should have more votes, than LeBron James. No, so I definitely agree with you there. But there are there is what I'm saying. Like at least there are
And
guys
LeBron,
that are there.
and LeBron is popular. Like it is where it is. He's very popular, so he's obviously gonna get those votes.
Yeah.
So all right, so let me see here. All right, so Ed Gonzalez is here. How you doing, bro?
Oh,
Um,
and speaking of Ed Gonzalez, you know what's amazing was that Ed Gonzalez is actually responsible of why I even have this in the first place.
oh really? That's
So,
tough.
but yeah. So definitely, shout out, to Ed. Like I only know him, just for, a little while, but I'm not gonna lie to you. Like we came, real close, and he's a good guy. Like the guy is honest, and he looks out, for people, and I got his back. So just to let you know, Ed, I got your back, man, always.
Okay. All right. So Malta said not to mention Ben Simmons has 0 points, has 2 0-point games in the past month. No, no, we'll get to him. We'll
Oh,
get to him.
we'll get to him. Who we actually mentioned him to me just a few moments ago.
And then he mentioned Kevin Looney cut it out. I agree. Um, Riz Mai is here. How you doing?
Hello,
F, how you doing, bro?
Fred. What's up? What's up?
All right. So Malta said Bam Adebayo is a great player, but Randall definitely be on the list.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
what I'm trying to tell you.
he could be on the list, but he's not better than Bam Adebayo. That's it. And he said, "The dude, Hoovy, how are you so mad that Randall is on the list, even if Adebayo isn't?" I'm just pointing out that Julius Randle is not better than Bam Adebayo. That's it. And he said that MB should be an all-star. Should be a starter. Yeah, I think he should be a starter. But like I said, who are you realistically going to take out? You know what I'm saying? Like, who are you going to take out?
Yeah.
All right, so Tough Cat said, "All right, bro, let me get on the pod." I mean, it's kind of too late for that now, man. Like, we're an hour in. Like, what's going on with you?
No, I'm gonna fix my my freaking light. Go ahead.
All right,
Tough Cat, what's up? Yeah, big shout out to you. Yeah, bro, I've been waiting for you to like give me a response, like when, like when you're available or whatever, and then we could talk about it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to hit you up later on today or tomorrow.
All right. So Malta said that he's averaging 33 points a game. It would make more sense if it was position rather than backcourt, front court. Yeah, but they changed that a couple years ago because I guess you could say that the center position has been devalued, at least for what it used to be. It's been completely devalued.
Wait, you think the position has been devalued?
Uh-huh. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Because the way that the game is played back then, I mean now is not how it was like 10 years ago. Like if you're a 7 footer and you can't move, you're not gonna get on the court. Especially the way that the game is played. Like you're not gonna get on the court.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's just how the game is played now. So and well, Joshua's in the chat too. How you doing, Joshua?
What's
So
going on, nephew?
okay, so all right, so you done calling me out?
Um, no, 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 no. All that is all that is done. I just no, no. I already said what I had to say. Yeah, all that is done. But as far as what you said about the whole thing has been devalued, my my issue is that you should still probably still have it, only for the sake of, like, it's just I don't want to say traditional, but what I'm saying, like, you have two forwards, you have two guards, and then you have a center. Like, that's just how it is, and it doesn't really make any sense for you to remove it from the All-Star game where it's in the regular season anyway by default. Even if the person is not a 7 footer, you're going to have somebody that's there in the regular season being a center. So it doesn't really make sense to, we're gonna have a center in regular season, but in the All Star game, we'll take that out. Like, you see what I'm saying?
No, I mean if you're gonna be the center, you'll be the center. That's it. If you're the center, you're gonna be the center. Like it just whoever if you have these three guys, right? Whoever the tallest guy will be the center. That's that's how it is in basketball now. That's how it is in basketball now. Hey, whoever the tallest guy, you be the center. Let's go. Just that's just how it is, man.
Unfortunately.
Now, let me call you out real quick, right? Before you get
Oh,
to
yeah, 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 yeah. You said you wanted to call me out on something. I'm definitely looking forward to this.
yeah. So real quick, okay, let's read this story right here, right? I actually I don't want to read the story, but you this is actually what I want to talk about, like the Dak Prescott Cowboys tweet, right? Where they
Hmm.
effectively threw Dak Prescott under the bus, right? With the
Yes,
tweet.
yes.
Now, you I know you have your Twitter on. Go to Twitter and show your comment on that tweet.
Um, are you talking about the Dallas Cowboys tweet? Okay, let me see.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, I kind of wish you had told me this before. Now I have to scroll down a little bit. Let me see.
Yeah, I apologize, but I wanted to keep it a secret.
All right, all right, that's fine.
Chris is Chris is in the chat. How you doing? How you doing, Chris? You're right. That tweet
Chris,
was foul.
Chris, what's up, Chris? How you doing, my friend? Man, that's awesome that you're here, man. Hold on. Are you sure I tweeted about it?
Yeah, you
Let me
did.
see. Okay. Combo is like I'm scrolling. I don't see it. Now I'm all the way at the point where we was talking about the Joker. I mean, I don't. Now I see Tua. Yeah, let me go back up. Okay, the game. Brock. Okay, the Lions. Who passed away. God rest his soul. Bam Adebayo. Check.
Showing guys taking the night off the gym. All right. Yeah, you gotta relax those muscles. I get you.
Um. Okay, I talked about Brock Purdy. dude. I don't see it. I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, let me see if I can find it real quick.
And this is the one with Troy Aikman. Talked about that. Um, I called out the league for saying you're being soft.
Hmm. I could have sworn you made a comment about this.
Oh, okay. Well, then I guess you're wrong. There was nothing for you to call me out on.
No,
But
no, no.
clearly,
What did you say about what did you say about the Cowboys tweet?
that. I think I said that. Oh, they were wrong for calling out Dak Prescott. Yeah.
Okay, and I agree with you. I agree with you. However, last week we talked about Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp.
Mm-hmm.
And what did he do? He called out Dylan Brooks for being quote too short, right, to guard LeBron, right?
Okay.
Now you were okay with that because he told the truth.
Okay.
Now, as foul as that tweet was, did they tell the truth?
Yes.
Okay, so why is it that what Shannon Sharp did was okay, and what the Cowboys did to their own employee was foul?
Let me tell you. Let me tell you the difference.
Yeah, tell me the difference. I'm all in.
Shannon Sharp does not play for the Dallas Cowboys. He does
Okay.
not. He doesn't play for them. He's doing his job as a co-host with
No,
Skip
no, no,
Bayless.
no, 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 no. He wasn't at his job in the game.
Okay.
He wasn't at his job. He was a fan.
A fan. And guess what? Fans has the right to talk trash or
Not
to
when
tell the truth or
not going
whatever.
on not going on the court. Not going on the court starting a brouhaha. That's what he did. Now, if you were just saying that if you were just saying that just to say it, then I would have no problem with you. My problem with what Shannon Sharp did was that he tried to instigate a fight.
No, he was not.
Yes, he did. He got on the court with nobody he got on the court when no one told him to get on the court, trying to call out Dylan Brooks. That's what he did. But your defense of what he said was, oh, he told the truth. So
Of
there's
course,
nothing.
yeah.
So there's nothing to be upset about.
No, 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 no.
That what you said. That what you said to Dylan Brooks that there's nothing to be upset about.
There's nothing to be upset about because Shannon Sharp doesn't play for the Grizzlies.
Okay,
That's the
and
difference.
he
That's
told the
the
truth,
difference.
didn't he?
It doesn't matter. He doesn't represent them.
Okay,
He doesn't represent them. If he was in the team or in the organization in any way, then yes, I would have an issue with that. But yet he does not play for them. He has nothing to do with the Grizzlies. What happened with Dak Prescott? He's involved in that team, and the team call him out. No, that's not right.
I mean, so a coach can't call out a player.
He's in the organization.
A coach cannot call out a player.
If he's in that same team, no, he shouldn't do that.
I mean, we've seen that happen before. I mean, Zach Wilson got called out.
Yeah. That dude was trash. Absolutely, that dude was trash.
Okay, so like to me, I think the problem is that you think that just because you represent the team, that means that that the team's not going to call people out from time to time. I don't like. To me, the reason why I had a problem with the tweet is because that's not what teams do. That's not what your team's supposed to do on social media. It's one thing if the coach does it, fine. If a player does it, that's a bit weird. But as long as they're not being mean spirited about it, then it's fine. What the tweet was mean spirited. It 100% was mean spirited. That's what I
Yeah,
have a problem with.
yeah, but you saying that you was gonna call me out on that, I think
That's what I called you out for.
that didn't really hold that much water.
All right, that's fine. But like, to me,
But good try though. Good
I
try
just
though. Good
no, but
try.
I'm trying to understand why him being part of the organization is a different. Why that makes such a big difference.
Yeah, because again, Shannon Sharp was just being the fan.
No,
And
no, no.
and
That part I would not agree with you on. No, if you're being a fan, you would sit your ass down on your seat if you were just being a fan. But your defense of him was that he was telling the truth. That was your defense. So and you're saying in this case, well, because they're part of the same organization that they shouldn't be calling people out, but coaches call out players, players call out coaches, people within the organization call each other out all the time. They do it all the time.
mhm.
So why is this any different?
Because one,
Why
because
should it be different?
yeah,
Why should it be different?
yeah. To me, if because again, to me, if Shannon Sharp, or let's say if Mike Wilbon, went and did something, or Stephen A. went out there and said, oh, you can't guard this guy, whatever. I think all that is fair game, because you're not doing your job. You're just being a fan, enjoying the game. That's all you're doing. And I think all that is fair play when you're on the court. They're not working. They're just being a fan like everybody else. The only difference is they have a huge fan base. That's all. Or they're celebrities, so to speak. That's all.
So the difference between being called out by a quote fan and being called out by the organization is what?
That
One is the
Shan-
fan and one is the organization.
yeah, Shannon Sharp has nothing to do with them. With the Grizzlies, or has anything to do with the Lakers either.
I mean, I don't know if I don't know if I would say that because if he was anybody else, he would have been kicked out. If he wasn't LeBron James' friend, he would have gotten kicked out. And
Well,
I know someone called out LeBron James for this, and I agree with them on this. That when you have fans saying shit to him, he'll get them kicked out. But yet you have a guy who tried to start a riot, and he still was able to stay in the game.
well, just like how you said in the All Star game, it is what it is. People who are popular, people who have fame, people who have money, they get perks, and they are able to do things that the average person cannot do. I mean, it is what it is, right?
And you think that's fair?
Just like how I said, just like how I said about the All Star game is not fair. No, I don't. No,
I never argued whether it was fair. I never argued whether it was fair or
no,
not.
no,
That was
no,
never my argument. And see, that's again, you're trying to grasp
it's
at straws for something that didn't exist.
okay. Look. At the end of the day, I believe that Shannon Sharp and whoever else that is on the court or on the field or whatever, because they have money, they could get away with it. Because they're popular, they could get away with it. Or maybe it's not even any of that. Maybe it's just because of the fact that he's good friends with LeBron James, and LeBron James is not going to allow him getting kicked out.
And you think that's fair.
Well, as if you're a friend, a personal friend, or a family member, yeah, dude, you're going to get leeway, Hoovy. I think that's fair. That's fair.
I don't think that is fair.
Yeah, I think it's fair.
I don't think it is fair. I don't think that you want to sit there talking about fan interaction and stuff like fans should be respectful, and then you let your buddy be disrespectful to the opposing team. That's bullshit, in my opinion.
Oh, okay. You got some comments.
Yeah. Let me read. All right. So Chris said that the difference is Shannon Sharp doesn't represent the team.
Thank you, Chris. That's
You shouldn't
exactly what I told him.
you shouldn't drive a bus over your franchise quarterback, regardless if it's true. And I agree with that. That's why I didn't like what they did. The reason why I'm calling Steve out is because his main excuse to why Shannon Sharp was right is because he was telling the truth. That's why. That was the thing that he kept saying the whole time. Well, look, they shouldn't get mad because Shannon Sharp was telling the truth. Well, unfortunately, the Cowboys did the same thing to Dak Prescott. They told him the truth. So Joshua said that NBA is better than NFL.
Oh, okay. I got something to say.
Yeah,
No,
go
you
ahead.
can't. You can't move on.
No,
This
go ahead.
this was the main reason why I wanted to show. I mean, it's too late now, but remember, I wanted to talk about the ratings between the NBA and the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Um, hate to break it to you, nephew, but the NFL is going
Rating don't equal quality. I just want to let you know that right now. Rating don't equal quality.
to you could say that, but if the quality is good, the ratings usually will be good as well. Yes or no?
I mean, in most cases, maybe
Oh,
depends.
okay. All right. In most cases, you said. To me, the NBA has gone soft, in my opinion. That's number one. And I actually would have agreed with you, nephew, if there weren't so many, changes that's been happening with the NBA, like such as I already mentioned that it's being soft, and two, all the constant, 3-point shooting over and over and over again. You don't see, the same type of plays like you did back in, the early 2000s anymore. It's just threes, and you go and pretty much dunk the ball, or you go for a layup in the NBA. At least with the NFL, I mean, the NFL has gone soft too. I mean, it has gone soft too. But there's not a huge drastic change like the NBA, where all you just see people is throw um, threes all day. That's not entertaining. The quarterback throwing the ball to wide receivers, that's entertaining. Running the ball, that's still entertaining. You know what I mean? But with the NBA, they're just constantly making the product worse because I mean I don't want to see threes all day. That's not what I want to see. So to me, for you to say the NBA is better than the NFL, like you're wrong there, nephew. I'm sorry,
No,
but
it's his opinion.
you're wrong, buddy.
It's his opinion.
Based on ratings, you're wrong.
based on based on his opinion. That's what he didn't say nothing about. Again, you keep trying to add amplifiers to his argument. He just said that he prefers the NBA over the NFL. That's it.
What do you prefer?
What do I prefer? Let me see. I man,
Take your time. Go ahead. We have all day, right? We have all night.
I think the watching an NFL game to me is more enjoyable
Why?
because I can watch two teams that I don't care about play football as long as the game is good. If the game is no good, then I'm not gonna watch. You know what I mean? But I probably would say that.
Okay. All right. After all that,
But
you can say
no,
all you want,
but if someone said that he likes the NBA over the NFL, I'm not gonna fight him over it.
no, I'm not fighting it. But since he want to, put his thing out there, I'm just gonna say, you know what? Let me tell you why that I think the NFL is better, and there it is. The NBA is fine, but I just wish it was back where it used to be. But it's all Steph Curry's fault. But anyway, go ahead.
Right. I thought you were gonna blame LeBron. The difference is if you are a representative of your team, you should be more loyal to your peers, meaning no gaslighting your franchise QB. And again, I agree with you. I agree with you, but that's when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys. I don't know. Apparently, the rules are different. I guess you should be less abrasive. Yeah, like I said, I agree. I agree with that. Ruben's in the chat. How you doing, man? Like, good evening, guys. I'm late. Back in Seattle. Forgot about the time difference.
um, be- be- um, um, I didn't know you was going to Seattle. And what's funny was that I'm actually planning on going there this year also myself. Seattle was one of the states I was going to go there, and I was going to go to Texas later on this year. But that's awesome. You going to Seattle? Awesome. And Chris, and I'm glad that you said what you said because that just continues to show that you and I are right, and who we win 86 is wrong. Continue.
No, 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 no. I'm 100% right. You're being a hypocrite.
No, I'm being right, but you go
No,
ahead.
you're being a hypocrite
No, go,
because
no,
because
go
because you have
You
you
can
have
move on.
no,
You
no,
can
no,
move on. You can
you
go to
have
the next
people
one.
within the Jets organization that criticize Zach Wilson, and you didn't have a problem with that.
What in the post conference?
Hmm.
Yeah, in a post conference. Yeah.
But you said that because they're part of the same organization, they shouldn't be criticizing each other. So what's the difference?
That was in the post conference where he was pretty much answering the question about Zach Wilson, and look, if he's not going to start, he's not going to start. I mean, it is what it is. Zach Wilson shouldn't be in the team anyway. So
Yeah, because he stinks and you don't like him. That's why it's okay for him. But when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys, oh, you can't criticize your quarterback on social media.
well, I don't think it was Dak's fault that why they lost, but it
No,
is
it,
what
wa-
it is.
it was no, he it was his fault why they lost. It was. He played like garbage. Now I'm not going to blame him because San Francisco they have a great defense. But at the end of the day, if he was better, they would have won that game.
Hmm, that's interesting.
Ruben said the World Cup is better than the NFL.
You agree with that?
No,
And
actually,
and, and
no,
mind
no,
you,
no,
Ruben, he loved.
actually, yeah. It
All
depends
right,
on the game.
all right. You,
It
you
depends on
can't
the
make
game.
you can't make a decision. Now
It
you want to
depends.
go for a different.
It depends on the game. It depends on the game. Everyone is on ISO. Joshua says that I just love basketball in GL. There's no way around my opinion. So Ruben said, he said
You gotta love your nephews, man.
he said the Globetrotters are better than the 76ers. All right.
Okay, I don't know what do you have against the
I'll come back
76ers,
might
but
be
yeah.
there. Let me know when I'll be back. Might be there if I get the job. So that's Ruben.
Oh, about what?
I don't know. I don't know. You gotta talk to him.
I'll wait. Let me know when. I'll come back. Might be there if I get the job. Well, I don't understand what he's trying to say.
All right, but regardless of that, let's get to the Super Bowl topic. So the Super Bowl 57 has been set. It is the Philadelphia Eagles versus the oh come on. That's not the pick I wanted. Hold on. Give me a second, people.
Let
We
me
got
let me
the
find.
Eagles and oh my bad. I made a mistake. Hold on. Give me 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Eagles and Chiefs. Okay. Eagles in San Francisco. Like
Eagles and
man,
Chiefs.
I'm hearing myself twice.
Yeah.
Okay.
That
I
was
okay. Eagles in San Francisco. Um, bro, like, all right. So this game was over after Purdy got hurt. Pretty much that the game was over after he got hurt. Right?
on the first drive.
Yeah.
Just so everybody know, on the very first drive,
Yeah.
and he was
No.
taking them down the field too. But go ahead.
Yeah. I look. I didn't think they were gonna beat him with Purdy, but without him, they stood no chance. Then Josh Johnson comes in. He gets a concussion. So Birdie had to come back in despite the fact that his ACL, UCL, I guess this elbow ligament is pretty much was damaged, and now he has to have surgery and he'll be out 6 months. Right, so it's like so he gets hurt and they stand no chance. And Philadelphia do what they do to everybody else. They ran all over them and they won the game pretty easily.
Well, the reason why I disagree with you
Mm-hmm.
was because of after the Eagles went down that first drive. By the way, that was a great complete catch. It was supposed to be an incomplete catch anyway.
Mm-hmm.
With Devontae Smith, I think it was Smith that made that catch. If
Mm-hmm.
I'm wrong, correct me. But after he made that, and then they scored a touchdown, and and mind you, the 49ers scored without Purdy. They made that first touchdown, without Purdy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Christian McCaffrey with a
yeah,
phenomenal run.
yes, like he breaking tackles.
Mm-hmm.
The defense was stopping the run in the first half. That team was just perfectly. It looked like that team was just perfectly balanced. They had everything right, going for them.
Talking about
I
San Francisco.
huh?
Talking about San Francisco.
Yes. Yes.
Um,
I think if Purdy was didn't get hurt, I think that team would have won.
hmm,
I think that team would have won. Because again, that team that they were going down the field easily before before Purdy fumbled the ball. And I think and what's that dude's name? I think his name was Reddick. I think
hmm,
that actually caused the injury. He got the sack. That's awesome. But then Brock got hurt, and after he got hurt, there was nothing else that the Eagles could do. Like you telling a guy, and this is the part I didn't like.
hmm.
They showed us a video footage of him talking to his coach saying that I can't throw the ball. I cannot do it. Like he knows his pain tolerance. He knows his body. He knows how he's feeling. But yet they were trying to encourage him and trying to push him to go out there. But why in the world are you going to have him to go out there where he can't throw the ball?
You know why? Because he's their only option.
Okay, but but he can't throw. He can't throw the ball though. That's what I'm trying to say. He cannot throw the ball.
Yeah, it sucks. It sucks, and it's just that's just how football is. Like it sucks, and they never got the opportunity to uh to really have a fair shot at the game because their quarterback got hurt, and they're what
And I,
more
and
can
I
they do?
and I hope this also shows the league and all these crybabies that I actually thought about what you told me. I don't know if it was last week or the week before. No, no,
Mhm,
no. It was the time when Tua got hurt, and then we was talking about those bad calls. Like
mhm.
this is once again proof that you can't make the sport the NFL safer than it already is. You
Yeah.
can't. And for what happened, with Brock, and then what happened with Johnson. First off, I didn't even know who Johnson was. I don't know if you did.
No.
Kudos to you if you did. I didn't even know who he was, and the fact that he also got hurt continues to show that look, it's just part of the game. Like there's really no other adjustments for you to make the game safer. Like if as long as they're going to continue to hit each other and tackle each other, that just comes with the territory.
Yeah.
And there was no way that 49ers team was going to come back. Regardless of how great that defense was, they could only do so much. You can't just expect them, grab an interception and make a pick six. No, that like come on, like be more realistic than that. That team wasn't going to win. But I do believe if they had Brock, they would have won that game.
Well, now you look at Philadelphia. They obviously they had to buy, and then they destroyed New York, and then they destroyed San Francisco.
I mean, you say destroy San Francisco like as if
I mean, that's what the score says.
yeah,
That's what
but
the score says.
but
And I get it. Like it sucks what happened in San Francisco. Like it sucks, but that's what the final score said.
yeah, and besides, Johnson, he wasn't going to do anything anyway. When he freaking dropped the ball and he caused the fumble, I don't know if you remember that play.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually wanted to tweet and I wanted to call him Butterfingers, for dropping that ball. Like, come on, man! Like, you don't do this in the freaking NFC Championship game. So he did that, and bro, it was just a nightmare from here on out. Like all the constant penalties the 49ers were doing, like you could tell that they were frustrated.
Yeah,
That
and
they
I don't blame them for being frustrated because, bro, if they had a decent quarterback, they could be in the Super Bowl right now.
yeah,
All
they,
that
dude,
talent they have on that team.
10 penalties they had. 10. And I was having an argument with Ed. I don't know if he's still here, but we were going back and forth when we was talking about the 49ers, how he was saying that they play like garbage. And what I was trying to tell him was, look, Brock was hurt and
Yeah,
they were on a fourth screen quarterback. Of
yeah.
course they were going to get destroyed. But
Especially a team that good, like yeah, it's just unfortunate.
how many running plays can you actually expect to run? Like they were pretty much running out of options when Brock came back. They were trying reversals. They were trying everything that they could. But look, Philadelphia wasn't dumb. Like they knew that you wasn't going to run. They knew that dude was hurt. Like freak, for goodness sakes, man. Like there was nothing that they could have done. And did you see the play when McCaffrey was trying to throw the football?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Dude, I wanted to laugh, man. I was like, oh my gosh, it was like watching a freaking kid who never played football before threw that football. Like they went through the opposite direction of where he was trying to throw. Like I said, okay, when that happened, I guess you were right, Hoovy. I guess they had no choice but to put Brock back because who are they going to put out there? Offensive lineman? Like
Yeah.
who's going to throw the football? So I,
Yes.
I felt bad. I wasn't too happy. I was rooting for Brock because once again I was trying to give him recognition, unlike you were. But I was trying to give that dude recognition. I'm not saying I'm a huge fan of his, but I really was rooting for the underdog. Like that dude was really proving a point. He was making noise, and unfortunately, he got hurt in the first drive. So, and he was 4 for 4 too. Before he got hurt, so he was going down the field. He was doing his job. That team was going down the field. I thought it was going to be a very close game, but
Mhm.
injuries happen, and now the game's over, and they got to wait till next year. But you said 6 months. I didn't know about that.
Yeah, I think I read 6 months. He has a UCL elbow thing. It's some. I think Josh Allen had something similar happen to him.
Yeah,
So yeah, it hurts. Now the other game, much more competitive. Cincinnati and Kansas City. Kansas City pulls it out on the end. Now we both picked Cincinnati to win.
dude, Mahomes made us look like we were foolish.
Yeah, yeah, he did, and you could tell that dude was hobbling.
Yes,
And but props to them, man. They got it done. I thought their defense came up big in the end.
all those sacks. Burrow got sacked. I think at least like 5 times. I think 4 or 5 times
Yeah,
in that whole entire game.
I think he got sacked a lot in last year's game also, didn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
But they were able to win. But this time, Kansas City just outlasted them.
Yeah, and what I also liked was that like in the beginning, Mahomes was pretty much stationary in the
Mm-hmm.
pocket. I think this in the first half he was pretty much stationary in the pocket because obviously his mobility was hindered because of his leg, like you mentioned just a few seconds ago. But dude, dude, the way how he was just taking it, you know what I'm saying? Like he was just going out there and playing like that while you're hurt. He is going to be viewed like a, I don't know, I don't want to say hero, but um now
Who?
every
Who?
Mahomes.
Mahomes?
Yeah,
Oh, I mean, he's already a hero. Like he's already like, yeah, that dude's trust me, he's the greatest quarterback in that team's history
yeah.
franchise. So he's good. Like he'll be fine.
Yeah, and the fact that he was still able to put so much velocity on his throws, even with a hurt leg, there were times he was throwing on the opposite leg. I don't know if you noticed, but they
Yeah,
talked about it. Like he was throwing in the wrong foot, and yet he was still able to throw the ball accurately. And I said to myself, bro, he had to have practiced that. There's
oh yeah,
absolutely
absolutely.
he had to have
All those
practiced.
crazy ass throws he be doing, like trust me, I'm sure the least of his thing that he tried to do was throw it off the opposite foot.
He had to, man. There's just no way. That dude is just a freak of nature, and I understand why guys like Roy and people and fans are pretty much saying he's going to be the next Tom Brady or he's going to surpass Tom Brady.
No,
This is
skill wise, he's much better than Tom Brady.
mhm.
Skill wise, it just the accomplishments I don't think any quarterback is going to reach Tom Brady's accomplishments.
Dude. But isn't I think this is Mahomes' third Super Bowl now.
Yeah, but he's one and
Dude,
one.
yeah,
One
he
and
he
one.
could do it. He's only 27 years old.
Yeah, but that team around them has to. They're gonna have to stay competitive with. They're gonna have to stay competitive.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're gonna have to stay competitive. So yeah. So I mean, yeah, man. So right now it's 2 weeks till the Super Bowl. Oh, and let me ask you a question about the penalty when because that was the biggest play basically when Mahomes was running out of bounds, he got hit out of bounds by
Oh, I
yeah,
actually tweeted. I don't know if you saw my tweet. I actually
I
tweeted
think I
about
did. I think
that.
I did saw that tweet.
We can't show it, can we?
No.
Crap, man. Dang it. Yeah, I actually tweeted about that play, and it was obvious. It was obviously the right call. It
Yeah.
was obviously the right call. They had to call that. And bro, I remember I forgot which announcer had said this, where they say that, remember, officials are not just officials, they're human beings too. Like, they know when a quarterback or whoever is hurt, and they also take that consideration. Unfortunately, that could also be a downside, because after all, we saw what happened with Tua. You
Hmm.
saw how that compromised their judgment.
Yeah.
But come on, man, like, why commit that foul now? Because it was going to be over 60 yards for a field goal.
Yeah.
There was really no reason for you to try to, oh man, I gotta make this tackle. I gotta make this tackle. More than likely, with all that wind, it was cold. I seen everybody with jackets on. I don't think he would have made that kick if it was a 60 yarder. They would have not made that kick. So
At least you gave your chance. You would have given your chance an opportunity to try it, to force a longer field goal and to go to overtime, which is, I believe, they won last year's game in overtime.
yeah.
Yeah, so could have happened this time, but the penalty happened. They got an easier field goal, and that was the ball game.
hmm but I'm still gonna have to give the Bengals credit also.
Yeah,
Dude, I think like what, twice Burrow threw the ball to, I think it was Chase, and he was double coverage.
yeah.
Oh my gosh, bro, dude, that was incredible. That was incredible. That just shows how much faith that he had in, to his wide receivers. And but at the same time, you see that also shows how great Mahomes is, because Roy had told me, oh, when you look at between the two teams, Burrow has far better weapons than um than Mahomes. Now, I
I
don't know.
didn't the guys he have got didn't three of his wide receivers get hurt?
I know Juju got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
I know Juju was hurt, and who else was hurt? I can't remember who the other guy was, but I know for a fact Juju was one of the ones that was hurt. So, and I think Watson was sick or something. Like, I don't think he even suited up.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he didn't even have all of his weapons, and he was still able to perform that way.
Yeah, yeah. So we are 2 weeks away from the Super Bowl. Who you got?
Dude, bro, this had to be one of the hardest pick that I have to choose. Give me a second. Hmm. I, dude, I can't go against Patrick Mahomes anymore. I'm going with Kansas City.
You going to Kansas City?
hmm
If he's not healthy, I have to go to Philadelphia.
I mean, he already proved us wrong already when it comes to
Yeah, but
health.
that Philadelphia defense is next level. That defense is
Mm,
next level.
yeah,
If Mahomes is healthy, I will give the very slight edge to Philadelphia. But if he's not healthy, if that ankle's not better, then I think Philadelphia wins the game.
yeah, but I think Hertz had said he's not 100% either.
Yeah,
And
I
and,
agree.
dude, and I'm telling you, bro, I'm telling you right now. I think John is going to try to get that dude. I think he sacked Burrow, I think, 2 or 3 times.
yeah, but
He is going after that dude. I'm telling
but
you.
but here's the thing though. Um the thing is that like their main thing is running the football. That's Philadelphia's bread and butter is running the football. And Hurst can do that. They can do that. Like they showed it. They showed it yesterday, and they showed it in the Giants game. All you gotta do is just run the ball down your throat, and that's it.
Right.
But if Mahomes, because the one thing that someone said that I agree with is that Mahomes is the best quarterback they're going that they would have faced in the that they would have faced in the in these playoffs by a lot. He's the best quarterback.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I know how much you like Brock Purdy, but he ain't Patrick Mahomes. All right, and Daniel Jones, he was good this year, especially late, but he ain't Patrick Mahomes. The problem is if Patrick Mahomes can be at least 70 or 80%, then they have a chance. If not, then I don't see how Philadelphia won't do anything different.
Well, the fact that they do have a lot of injuries, because I think I can't remember who the other guys are that are injured. I think Hardman, I think, or Watson. I can't remember who all the guys. I have to look it up, but I
Mm,
know they I know they're not healthy.
yeah,
So I mean, I think Philadelphia is an easier pick. I just want to wait and see who actually comes back for the Chiefs in order to actually make a definitive pick
yeah.
between the two.
Okay, okay. So yeah, we have 2 weeks. So right now, my pick is Philadelphia.
Did you see when Kelsey called out the when he called out the mayor and told him to shut his mouth?
Yeah,
And
Cincinnati in general, we're doing a whole bunch of talking,
yes, they were.
and I don't blame them because like they beat them last year, but like they when you lose, like you that's what you get.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they freaking call it Burrowhead. I think they call it
Hmm.
instead of Arrowhead. Yeah, that dude. You and look, I love it when two teams who are competing against each other talks trash. Like it just increased hype, um, and excitement. I love it. I love when that stuff happens. You know what I'm saying? Like it's more emotional driven. A lot of things could happen. And what he said when he told me to shut his mouth and he called him a jabroni, I was like,
Hmm.
that was hilarious. I love every second of it. Well, hey, I mean, you want to talk trash? Now they get to
Yeah,
talk trash back.
agree.
Yeah, yeah. So
Agreed.
yeah.
So okay. All right. So next up is the Xbox Direct show.
All right, everyone. We are going to gaming news now. That's it for. I think that's it for the sports, right?
For right now, Ben Simmons is the last topic we're gonna get to.
Okay, okay. Yeah.
But since he don't play sports, not often. All right, Joe, do me one favor. I'm gonna go use the bathroom real quick. Just hold it down for me. Oh, no, I forgot. Read read the comments.
All right, I'll do that.
Hmm.
Um, okay, so Ruben says, "Let me know when I'll come back. Might be there when I get the job. He's going to Washington. Let me know." Um, okay, so Ruben, you're going for the Eagles. Are you an Eagles fan? Is that what you're saying? Like, I don't know if you're saying if you're an Eagles fan or not, but it sounds like you're either Eagles fans or you just rooting for them. So let me know. Chris, what's up? So you're going for the Chiefs? Yeah. I'm going for the Chiefs too, bro. I'm going for the Chiefs too. Like Patrick Mahomes, that dude is freaking legendary. No matter what, whether he is in the pocket or if he's outside the pocket, that dude does the best of his ability to make sure that the receiver at least gets the chance. He's not a fan of just throwing the ball away. Clearly he's not a fan of just throwing the ball away and let's go to the next down and let's try again. Let's do a reset. Let's start over. No, he's not with that. That dude loves to keep the game alive, to keep the play alive. And he always seems to find a way to throw some type of unorthodox type of throw where how in the world can you defend that? Like I remember there was one play where the 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 defensive lineman came right at him and then he threw it like at the side of his body. Like that was just incredible. Like you don't see anybody do stuff like that. You don't see quarterbacks do that. Like why bother even practice it? Like who's gonna do that and throw the ball accurately? So when people say that he's number one, I 100% agree. So yeah, Ruben, you go for the Eagles, Chris, you for the Chiefs. So yeah, I agree. Ruben says Prescott should have played better. Like, I mean,
Yeah,
but you
yeah,
said that the defense was just far too good. Also,
yeah. Their team is they're yeah both. But here's the thing: Dallas' defense was great also, and Purdy did enough to help them win. And I believe that Prescott is a better quarterback than Brock Purdy.
well, clearly you could see that Purdy outperformed him,
Yeah.
which is why you should give him his props.
Okay, fine, but Prescott should have played better.
True.
You can get different for you can give props to the defense, not Eagle
49ers,
yeah
49ers.
49 defense, and still say that Prescott should have played better.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So all
I
right. So
agree.
going to the Xbox Developer Direct, right? So
One more. Ruben said, I am not." Okay, oh, meaning you're not a fan. I prefer Eagles winning because they killed it, um, in the season.
yeah, which they did.
Yeah, which they did. Like I understand that. And one more, we got one more. Cowboys would have still lost personally, and yeah, I think that way also, Ruben. I think that also. I think even if he played, fine, or he didn't throw those interceptions, I think they still would have lost. But it should have not been Prescott's fault. Oh well, yeah, I agree.
Okay. All right, going to the Xbox Direct Developer Direct, right? So I watched this. This was like 45 minutes, right?
Yeah, I didn't even know about it, but
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, 45 minutes, right? So I'll be honest with you. Um, I think the first game that they showed was Minecraft Legends. I don't give a shit about that. And then they showed off this game, which is the only thing I cared about, to be honest with you. Forza Motorsport.
Hmm.
Um, this game will come out later on this year. Then the next game they showed was, I believe, Elder Scrolls. They showed that. I don't care about that. Then they showed, this was the surprise game that they showed. HiFi Rush. Right.
Is
So I
do you have a trailer for it?
I actually have gameplay. This is from Sirocco. So thank you for, and I had the game, by the way.
Oh, you got the game. Okay.
Hmm. I have the game. So this is the art style of the game. So let me go. Let me fast forward to gameplay. This is pretty much a rhythm based. Let me get out of that. This is
Oh,
a
I didn't know.
rhythm
I thought
based.
you didn't. I thought you didn't like rhythm based
Hmm?
games. I thought you didn't like rhythm based games.
I don't. I don't. Now, Mike, I'm only one level in. So yeah. So I like, so what this game is. It's a rhythm based third person action platformer,
Yes.
right? So you see the graphics, cool graphics, cool. I like the graphical style. So far, I like the story, right? So pretty much you're a kid named Chai who goes to this I don't know if it's an island or something like that, where this guy runs a experiment runs this program which gives people a robotic body parts, right? Now, um, now he obviously was trying to get a robotic arm, but
Hmm.
what happened was his pod, whatever iPod, whatever the fuck, um, mysteriously first he lost it, right, and then before the machine pressed down on him so that he can put the arm in, uh, the iPod got got landed on his chest, and the machine compressed it and put the iPod on his chest. So
Okay.
so what it is that the beat of the music that's being played, it has tons of like rock music in it and stuff like that. The beat is what you're using to connect your combos, right? You can play it traditionally, but
like a traditional button smasher.
yeah. But your score will be predicated on doing it to the doing the move to the rhythm of the beat. If you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can show. Let me see if I can show some combat. Okay, so right now you're doing that. Yeah, so this is pretty much how the game looks.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
as obviously, yeah, go ahead.
I never had issues with with the graphics, looking like this.
No,
Cuz
no, I know.
yeah, I used to hate it, but
Mhm.
but I guess you could say I was a little bit biased. Like I decided to finally give it a chance when made it somewhat similar to with Wind Waker, and I love Wind Waker. So when a game looks like this, I'm always willing to give it a try. And most of the times, they're fun to play. And this one it looks fun. It
Yeah,
looks
it
fun to
does look
play.
fun. My only the only thing that holy crap.
Man,
The
goodness.
only thing that I worry about is that I would me personally I would prefer if the game wasn't rhythm based. I get the idea. I get what they're trying to do. I just wish it wasn't rhythm based. I wish that the combat was free flowing and that you just have cool music in the background. Even though I get it, and
Um,
after each section you get graded.
but you said you have the option to do free flowing if you want to.
Yeah, but you don't get as many you don't get as you get graded on how you do when it comes to skill base. So if I play it the way that I want to play, I'm gonna get punished for it. That's the problem.
Because you're gonna get a low score.
Yeah. And
You know,
I get it. Like I get it. Like I said, I'm only one level in, but I am digging the game though. I am liking the game a lot.
hmm
So I just need to get more time to play it. Plus, look, it was free on Game Pass, so give it a try. Like the full game came out that day, so it was there was no release day or nothing like that. It just dropped. It just came out that day, which is
Okay,
pretty.
that because yeah, I was gonna ask you. Wait, if you already have the game, why was it on direct? So
Yeah,
you're saying they released it the same day that they showcased it on the
yeah,
show?
yeah,
That's pretty cool. I like it when they do that. That's awesome.
yeah. That's cool. That's cool. So they announced that, and then the last game they showed was Redfall, which is coming out in May 2nd.
Um,
I don't care about this game. I'll be real.
do you mind showing a trailer real quick? I'm trying to remember what it is. I know for a fact I know the title. I'm just trying to remember how the gameplay looks,
Right,
or at least how the trailer looks.
right.
And this is your gameplay footage, right?
No. It's somebody else's.
Oh,
Somebody else.
okay.
I would record video. I would record video, but doing that on Xbox is dog shit. So
Okay. So this is the game? No,
no,
this is
no,
not
no,
the game.
no.
What is this?
Waiting for this bullshit to end.
Yeah, I don't know what game this is. I don't even know what that says. What the heck?
Watch it
Wanted
dead.
Dead? Wanted
Mm-hmm.
Dead?
Yeah,
Hmm. Yeah, I never heard of that game before.
this is the game. At least this is the trailer.
Okay. Yeah, I remember seeing like the commercial. I think I saw the commercial or something somewhere, but I could never figure out. I never did the independent research to see
Let
what
me
it
try to
was.
find gameplay. Let me find actual gameplay. Okay, there we go.
Okay, it's the first person. Yes, all right. It is a first person. Okay. And what's your issue with this game?
No, it doesn't interest me.
I'm going to assume because it has some horror element stuff into it. That's why.
Oh, that's part of it, but yeah, it just doesn't interest me.
All right. We can move on. I got the gist of it. The game looks fun. I've always prefer horror. I mean, like, see, okay, this part right here. Oh, you went out.
Okay.
okay, this section part right here, I
Mhm.
think that looks cool. Having everything all narrow and you only have I guess I'm assuming the flashlight on his gun where you can see. I think that's pretty cool. This is cool. I like that idea.
Okay.
Um, I mean, since it has some horror stuff into it, I might give it a try. But I've always preferred my horror games to be third person. By the way, I ordered Resident Evil Village, even though it's first person.
Hmm.
I ordered it, from Amazon. I should get it soon. I should get it either by tomorrow or the day after or whatever. But I'll let you know when I get the game. But as far as this game right here, yeah, I mean, I think it's worth a try. It's worth a try. So I'm gonna try it out. That part with the flashlight really intrigued me. So I'm gonna give the game a try.
Okay. All right. So let me read some comments before we go to our last topic. Let me see. Ruben said that we should be saying the defense won the game. Now we're saying Prescott threw it away.
Mm,
Yeah, that's true.
good point.
That's true.
Good point. Like, yeah,
Ruben
I mean,
said,
that's what I thought. That's what I said. I can't really blame Prescott for it. I think the defense was just phenomenal. So you're right, Ruben. You're absolutely right. Go ahead.
yeah, he said that HiFi looks interesting. Yeah, if you're into the rhythm based stuff and you just want like a cool third person action game, I would definitely give it a try. Especially if you have Game Pass, you have no excuse. It's right there.
Agreed.
So give it
Agreed.
a try. So Critical Drop says save your money from E3, Steve. Apparently Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo won't participate. At this point, E3 should rebrand as an indie third party developer publisher show. He has more to say. The big three are now doing their own things now, which is the trend in marketing slash communications for big companies these days. It could be the end of E3.
Oof.
And I'm debating on going the CEO. I have a hotel reserved. CEO. Are you talking about the video game thing, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, if you have a hotel reserve, you might as well go.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I was thinking about going.
Yeah. Now, what do you have to say about his comment earlier?
About I've been said that I don't want to go to E3. If like I'll be frank, I'll be real with you. If Sony's not doing it, then I don't want to go.
Oh, because Sony's not doing it.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. But I didn't know Microsoft wasn't going. I didn't know Microsoft wasn't gonna go. But if they're not gonna participate, then that means none of them are.
Right.
So and I already heard what they were trying to do with the also. This is gonna be like I said, streamer stuff, all this other bull crap. Like this stuff I didn't want to do that.
It's once again, it's just pure laziness. We actually gonna talk about this when we do our. Oh yeah, we have a special announcement, but
Yeah,
you
yeah,
mentioned we'll mention it, like I guess at
yeah.
the
No,
end.
I'll do it right now.
No, you can mention it at the end.
No, we can do it. We can do it now. That's fine. That's fine. We will talk about this, but we will do this on Thursday. We do have a tier list podcast coming up on Thursday. We're gonna be talking about in my opinion, the greatest 3D fighting game of all time, Tekken. We're gonna be grading all the games. So, and we'll talk more about the E3 thing because I already knew where this shit was going.
Oh snap! My bad. Oh, it's the 3D one, not the handheld. I mean, it's
No, we can
the
do,
handheld.
we can do handheld also, the handheld Tekken games also.
No, 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 no. We're doing the Tekken ranking, not the handheld ranking.
Yeah, that was yeah. What did I tell you? I told you we're doing the Tekken one first.
Crap! All right, I got it. I got to tell Seafree.
Oh my
Crap, man. Oh my gosh! I thought we were doing the handheld one first.
no, we're doing the Tekken one first. I need time. I need time for the handheld one.
Mm, mm. This guy saying he needs time. All right.
But oh yeah, but so I knew the E3 were gonna be. I knew I didn't want to go, but like we'll talk about that on Thursday. Um,
As far as E3, I really was trying to make plans to go. But if they are going to get rid of the big three, if the big three is not going to show up, there's really no point for for me to go. Because for one thing, a lot of they bought a lot of these other studios. That's for one, and two, like I don't want to spend all that money to watch EA, to watch Ubisoft. Like no, I want to go there mainly to watch the big three, and the fact that they don't want to participate, pisses me off. And that's to me, that's just a sign of laziness. I can't believe they would do that, to their own fan base. But it is what it is. I'll have more to say this coming Thursday about it.
yeah,
Oh no,
right.
well, I mean, we'll discuss it.
Yeah, like per rapper, I need this like roguelike. Let me see. Oh, Ruben said "Wanted Dead." That was the game that they showed in the trailer, in that little ad. Um, Brian in the chat, how you doing, bro? What's up? Yahoo, what's up?
What's going on, Ryan?
Ruben
What's
says,
up, bro?
Redfall looks fun. Reminds me of Fear. Is it VR? No, it's not VR. No, it's not VR. It's an Xbox exclusive. So, and they don't do VR. Maybe
Yeah,
if you have it on PC, maybe.
and yeah, I mean, I guess you could say it does remind you of Fear a little bit. I didn't even thought about it, but now that you mentioned it, Ruben, yeah, it kind of reminds me of Fear also.
Right. Brian already starting the trolling, saying Clay Fighters, the greatest fighting game ever. Okay,
Oh,
bro.
oh my goodness. Are you trolling? Are you trolling? Like I want you to answer that question, Brian. Are you trolling? You really think it's the greatest fighting game ever? I want to see some give me some examples. Give me the reason why.
No, you trolling. Why does Hoovy need time for handheld? Pokemon wins, right? We're not talking about Pokemon. We're talking about handheld, the actual hardware itself. And don't worry, that will be in due time. Trust me. We need time to flesh everything out because there's a lot of handhelds, and we have to make sure we have our ducks in a row. The Tekken one is going to be easy. Truth be told, the Tekken one should be done within an hour. Should be done within an hour.
Yeah, because there. I mean, we have enough to talk about. Like we're within an hour, so yeah.
Hoovy is a closet Pokemon master trainer. No, no, I am not. Like when they insulted my intelligence by adding 150 more Pokemon, I was done. I was done. Um, Finally, the moment we've all been waiting for. Don't worry, we'll get there. We'll get there, Malta. Don't worry. He said that he played Clay Fighters as a kid. Good game. I played Clay Fighter. I didn't like it. I
I
didn't like
I don't think I ever played that game.
Go Tekken Advance. Don't worry, we'll talk about that Thursday. We'll talk about that Thursday. On the you played on the N64. It's always Tekken first. Now let me go back to this with Malta, right? Let me go back to this with Malta on the N64. You do realize that fighting games on the N64 do not hold a candle to the PlayStation fighting game. You do know that, right? I didn't want to make sure. I just want to make sure people know this. Right? I just want to make sure. Brian said that I won my county from Blockbuster Video Game Championships on Clay Fighters. But come on, Mike Tyson is God, anyways. Oh, Mike Tyson Punch Out. Yeah. Okay. So you this guy was one of the top Clay fighter competitors in the world.
Yeah, that's awesome. That is awesome, man. Awesome, awesome, awesome.
I mean, what about Smash Brothers? It's better than all the games on the PS1.
Woo!
To answer,
You just insulted Hoovy right now.
no,
Hoovy's gonna be out to get
no,
you now.
no. I mean, he's wrong, but it's cool. I mean, he's wrong, but it's cool. And even if Smash Brothers number one, it's still one game. If you put Smash Brothers number one, the next 50 fighting games are on PlayStation. All right,
Oh,
and a lot
jeez.
of them are only on PlayStation.
Yeah, that's true. Majority of all the other fighting games Nintendo really, as far as fighting games they had were, I mean, I know they had a couple, Mortal Kombat games. Um, but frankly, I don't remember. I don't remember any other fighting game that was on there.
No, they had some, but they weren't as good as the PlayStation ones. Just
Yeah.
saying. Anyway, let's get to the last topic, right? Let me bring this back up. Now, we've been talking about we like this podcast. We talk about Ben Simmons a lot on the podcast. This is Jock Vaughn. This is the new. This is the head coach who took over for Steve Nash some time ago, right?
Who's been doing a very good job?
Yeah, he's been doing a good job.
Who's been doing
Now,
yeah?
let me see if this will play. Can you hear this?
No.
Okay. Okay. Let me do some trickery. Let me see. Yeah, let's stop. Let me just redo this. Let's let's go ahead and yeah, let's do this. Let's use some audio. Click, share. Now let's go back to Josh Line.
Mm-hmm.
uh, and Ben
Can you hear
was
it?
knee soreness.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Okay. Okay. Now let me blow this up. And according to the caption, he said that he rolled his eyes when he mentioned knee soreness. Right. So let's see if you
my
let's see if we can let's see if
my
we can see it.
diagnosis for you, Megan, and Ben was knee soreness. Um,
Okay. Let me see if I can find the. Let me let me
Oh my gosh, man. He couldn't help it.
let me see if I can find his full comments on Joshua on Ben Simmons because he essentially called out he essentially called out Ben Simmons for his preparation. So let me do some research. Let me do some research real quick.
All right. Well, so
Um,
while you do your research, um, everybody, especially you, Malta. Look, I told this to Hoovy. I'm actually getting sick and tired of talking about this man. I really am. So as he's looking for it, this dude has been a bust, complete bust. And remember how we were all talking trash about what's been going on with Russell Westbrook in recent past, and everyone was talking about, oh, Ben Simmons could be. I think they said he could be what, like the next LeBron James or whatever, or the next, I forgot, whoever.
mhm.
Never, ever, ever mention him and compare him to LeBron James ever again, or any All Star for that matter. Anybody. That dude has been atrocious. And now you mean to tell me that you have another freaking injury? Like I'm done with this dude. But you found the audio?
That this team is going to play
Here.
aggressive
Yeah.
and hit first with their guys. When you look at this one, what were some of the details that led to the Pistons being so successful?
yeah, it was no secret how they play. They drive the basket and get easy buckets, and the offensive guys crashing at the glass. Don't happen. You give up 130 points.
Do you look at this one as some of the results being because of the second night of a back to back and some guys potentially being kind of tired?
This is
You know.
this is it right there. This is what the criticism is coming up right now.
Yeah.
I'm not going to allow that to happen, Megan. There's no excuses. You know, we all play the same amount of games throughout the course of the year, and the schedule dictates its own self for each team. We gave effort in Philadelphia yesterday, and the expectations, what we always talk about, was to win this basketball game. So the people who suited up, the people who played, the people who stepped on the floor had an opportunity to impact the basketball game for their teammates. And that's the objective every single time we step on the floor. We were expected to win tonight. That's the goal. And whether it's a back-to-back, I remember 4 and 5 nights, 3 and 4, 4 and 6, doesn't matter. You do what's necessary, whether that's taking care of your body, the mental part of it, the work that goes on between days off, between games, game day, to get yourself in a position to win. That's why we do this thing.
And we saw Ben Simmons, he came out of the game. Do you have an update on Ben and also TJ Warren?
Can you stop real quick?
Ben,
Okay, I know he's gonna continue on.
Mm-hmm.
I love what he said. You see, in my opinion, I'm pretty sure you're gonna disagree because you're
Mm-hmm.
always for this player empowerment nonsense. I believe that regardless if it's back to back or what have you, every single player should try to play every single game. That mentality that he just displayed right there in the post conference is what every single coach should have. Whether if you are a coach, assistant coach, anyone in the coaching staff, you should display that kind of leadership to your players.
Now I'll tell you this: if if Kevin Durant is feeling sore, he's gonna give him that day off. Yeah,
Mm,
yeah. He can be all core all he wants. If Kevin Durant is sore, he's gonna give him that day off. He ain't gonna fight it.
hmm. But I loved it. I loved it. This league has been way too soft. I know we gotta get to Ben Simmons, but this league has been too soft. We still have fans complaining about when they're traveling out to see a particular player, but yet the player decided to sit out, or the coaching staff decided to sit him out. Oh, because I'm feeling I have soreness or whatever it is, this and that, or I just want to rest because I don't want to go play back to backs. At the end of the day, you're still robbing the fans, who is because of them why you're getting paid in the first place. And to me, you have 4 or 5 a months off after the season. Some people get even more if you don't even make it to the playoffs. You get even more days off. So to me, you have to bring the tradition back into the NBA. Every single player, if you're healthy, you should play every game. You want to you want rest? Well, guess what? You have days off. You have days off. You don't play you don't just the same way how we a lot of people in a lot of jobs or traditional jobs working 4 5 days 6 days in a row. You don't that doesn't happen in the NBA. They don't play 5 games in a row. They don't play 6 7 games in a row and then get a day off. No. So to me, in order for the NBA to get back where it needs to be, every player needs to play every single game. I don't care if you're tired or I have a sore foot. Like, if you could go out there and play and perform, you need to go out there and perform. Why? Because you will continue to get your check every single time, despite the fact that you haven't been playing. You're still catching a check. So do your job, do your due diligence to go out there, and when you're off, get the rest that you need. Condition your body, do whatever it is that you need to suit up for the next game. That's your job. That's why you're getting paid millions of dollars to do your job. And your job is to go out there and play every single game. That's why you have an 82 game schedule. All right, now you can continue on with the rest of it.
Let me do it. I'm not going to dispute you on this, but I will tell you there was a story that I heard, and I think it was in the Philadelphia Nuggets game. 'Cause I watched a good percentage of that game.
Mm-hmm.
They were talking about. I think it was no, that wasn't Maxi. It was Thibault. I think he was coming back from an injury, and there was a couple. I think there was a back to back where the team sat him out.
Mm-hmm.
He said that he wanted to play, but the team held him back, saying that no, we gotta watch out for your knee. So again, I'm not saying what you're saying is wrong per se. Obviously, you want to give the fans an opportunity to watch you play. It is a star-driven league, and the fact that we have a lot of stars sitting out games is not a good look for the league.
Right.
However, you think it's a player thing. I think it's a team thing. Because they have huge investments into these players. And they're always going to try to protect that. And like I said, when you look at what the San Antonio Spurs did, and you can't argue that it didn't work. They rested their players. They were the first team to do the load management thing, and it worked.
Yeah, but then they revolutionized it. Not everybody wants to do it
Yeah,
because Popovich did it with his team.
yeah. And this is a copycat league. I mean, every league is a copycat league when you think about it. But
But
like,
my pushback is because you're talking about the investment. None of
mm-hmm.
that was ever mentioned. None of that was ever talked about until Greg Popovich started doing it.
Yeah, I agree.
Now you want to talk about we invested in these players. Now you want to worry about low management and trying to reserve for the playoffs. Now you care about that. But prior that was never an issue.
No, because they were ahead of the curve on that. Because the mentality was always, you have to play. If you can play 82 games, right?
Exactly.
Guys had more pride in that. But the Spurs said that pretty much said that was dumb. And look at the success that they had.
I don't have an issue, with it, if you're winning. And
No, bro, like you can't say that. You can't be against what they're doing, and then be like, "Well, I wouldn't be against it if they're winning." No, bro, you have to be against it.
no, like winning in two ways. Like I could understand if you're winning by 30, by 40 points in the fourth quarter, and then you bring everybody out. Like I get it. Like I understand because there's really no other incentive. I mean, you played, people watched you, you won the game, you did your job. Now at the end of the season, and there's 1 week left, and after and because you only have 1 week left, there's absolutely no way you're going to get out the first seed or the second seed. I can understand why you decided to rest your players. I get that because you pretty much you did your thing, what you needed to do. So I get that. So that will probably be the only time I'll probably give some leeway. Tanking, I'll never agree with tanking. I'll never agree with tanking because with every team you have at least one, either a mega star or some all-star that's on that team that should be playing. Like give us a reason to watch you, especially if you're a fan of that team. But majority, in most cases, yeah, you should play every game in most cases.
Okay, let me continue on.
And Ben and TJ end up having some knee soreness, so both of them.
Coach, I think this is the second time for Ben on the second.
TJ, sorry. Knee
Okay.
contusion for TJ, so he got hit. That's contusion. Let me clarify my my diagnosis for you, Megan. And Ben was knee soreness.
And this is the second time for him in the second game of back-to-back where he's had a left knee or a left calf or something like that. Is that a concern where the second game of back-to-back for him, he might not be able to maybe play in those?
Well, I think, Christian, the goal is, in my eyes, I'll say this, is for everyone to play every game and to do what's necessary to be prepared to play every game.
Preach.
That's a call out.
There's a certain amount of minutes that each individual played in Philly. Some played equally tonight. So the preparation that it takes going into that, you just have to give credit to the guys who were prepared to play, ready to play, did what was necessary to get their bodies ready to play.
Thanks for watching ES.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing. I don't. He is literally calling Ben Simmons out on his lack of professionalism.
Wait, of saying that that he has soreness?
Yeah. Like he's basically saying that he wasn't prepared. He's not prepared to play. That he's not acting professional. I'm reading between the lines. Like that's what he's saying.
Well, yeah, it's about conditioning and preparing your body for for the next game. I mean that happens in any professional sports. Like they expect you to be ready, and they expect you to put your body in proper condition. They expect you to eat good food, and just pretty much prepare yourself. Make sure you get your rest when you're off. Do whatever you have to do to make sure that your body is prepared for the next job. I mean, yeah, that's how it's exactly how it's supposed to be. That's exactly how it's supposed to be.
Because here's the thing, like dude, I shit you not. This is the third time this year that I've read that Ben Simmons leaves game with this and this, with so and so injury. This is the third time this is the third time I read that.
Yeah.
So it's like, bro, like, what is going on with that dude? What's going on? Okay, let me show you something real quick. Let me see if I can find. Let me see if I can find this, because this is gonna be interesting. Let me see. While I'm googling, read the comments.
Okay, so Ruben said, I did like Clay Fighters, not the greatest, but fun. All right. I'm not interested in playing that game at all. Ruben says, but they always add 150 more. Yeah, I think he's talking about the Pokemon. Yeah, you're right. They always added 150 more, and
Bullshit.
and I've always liked Pokemon. I always liked the TV show. I always wanted to play the 3D games. I never really cared for the Game Boys because they all look the same. They were I felt like it was all the same game. Let me see. Ben Simmons is 6'9". He's averaging 7 points per game. Okay.
And to be honest with you, that's high to me. I thought that I'm surprised it's that high.
Now, here's
wait. Let me. Okay, if you're gonna go on your rant, let me show you his injury history. Okay.
Okay. 64 was killed by Dreamcast, Soul Calibur 2, Power Stone, and Third Strike. All right, if you're talking about as far as fighting games, well, yeah, Dreamcast was such a phenomenal console.
Right.
I wish I had
that
console.
I'm going to start from October 31st, 2022. That's pretty much around the start of the year, right? Knee, November 13th, knee, November 28th, knee, December 10th, knee, 12/30/2022, illness, and right 1/15/23, back, and recently knee. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I know for a fact, I've read multiple reports on my phone, because I always get like ESPN, always get like ESPN notifications.
Yeah.
I know for a fact on like 3 occasions I've read Ben Simmons leaves game due to whatever. I know I read it. I know I'm not dreaming it.
I have seen reports of Ben Simmons. Like you say you get ESPN. I usually get notifications from Bleacher Report.
Mm-hmm.
And every single time when I get the notification, you know how when the notification pops up at the top of the screen?
Yeah.
And you could just scroll down and read if you want to click on it.
Yeah.
Every single time, every single time I've noticed I would see Ben Simmons on there, I just swipe the freaking notification. I'm not interested in reading it because I know it's going to be some BS involved with that dude. I know for a fact it's going to be some type of injury, some type of drama that's going on with Ben Simmons. And I want to say this one more time. Now, I don't know. I don't necessarily want to say I told you so. We talked about this before, but what did I tell you
It
before?
hasn't worked. It hasn't worked. It hasn't worked for you today. Just letting you know.
Well, it didn't work for you either. But look, like I said before, I knew for a fact that regardless of what coach that they were going to get, Ben Simmons was going to play the same way. It didn't matter if it was Brett Brown. It didn't matter if it was Doc Rivers. It didn't matter if it was Steve Nash. And now it doesn't matter with what's that guy's name that just who's coaching him right
Doc
now?
Lon.
I can't say it. Him.
Doc Lon, yeah.
Yeah. Regardless of who he had, regardless of who he's been playing with, remind you, he's been playing with elite players. Elite. Not just all-stars. You're talking about elite players. And yet he's been playing the exact same way. He had Steve Nash, who and everyone wanted, again, I don't want to entirely blame Steve Nash. I'm blaming Kyrie and, Kevin Durant and all the other guys for that when it comes to Steve Nash and the players not wanting to show him respect, especially Kyrie Irving. I blame it solely on Kyrie Irving for that, what happened with Steve Nash. But at the end of the day, they got himself a new coach. And yet he's still playing the exact same way. This is what I was trying to tell everybody, including you. This was never a coaching issue. This was a Ben Simmons issue. This whole entire time, it was a Ben Simmons issue, and people wanted to blame coaches. People were blaming the coach. This is all his doing. Now he's constantly having knee issues. Oh, before it was his back. Oh, it was Doc Rivers and Joel Embiid. So what is he going to say now? What is he going to say now? Oh, it's because of this new coach? He's still taking our money, right? Well, I shouldn't say our money. He's still taking, the fans' money, right? He's still taking their money.
No.
And now he wants to play. And now he wants to leave. I am tired of this guy. I'm really sick and tired of this guy. At the very least, Hoovie, at the very least, all the crap that you and I was talking about on Russell Westbrook, at the very least, he still tried to play, regardless of people calling him Russell Westbrook, people calling him he's choking. I said he's no longer elite. You were saying how, oh man, yeah, that dude is playing garbage, but still respect his name or whatever. Everybody was talking trash with that dude, but yet he was still trying. All the ridicule that Giannis was getting from the free throw line, fans making the countdowns and all the other stuff, all the hassle that he had to go through, he persevered. Like I'm tired. I'm tired of Ben Simmons, bro. I am sick and tired of this dude. He had multiple chances to improve, and he is playing the exact same way. He doesn't want to shoot the ball. He's not improving on his free throw shooting. Dude, did you know that he's shooting less than 50%? I think it's 43. The last time I checked, 43. This dude needs to go to the G League. That's where he needs to be. What were you going to say?
Well, he's too good to be a G leaguer. Like, let's cut that crap.
No, I'm not.
But the thing is that so most of the is here. There's no way he's injured. He's just too scared to shoot free throws. To be honest with you, I feel like that. I have to believe there's something else going on because, like I said, I read multiple times that he leaves this game, that game with knee soreness. Now, when it comes to the back, he did have to have surgery on his back. He did do that, and you don't do random surgery on your back. But to me, I think Mota has I think he has a point here. I think in certain situations when something is getting too rough for him, he's just gonna say he's hurt and he's gonna sit down. Dude, it has to be because I'm constantly seeing him leave games with injury this, injury that. And when around the time, like they need him. They need him because look, Kyrie, he can't carry the team by himself. As much as hard as he tries, he can't do it by himself.
Yeah.
Durant's not there. And that team behind those three guys are not have really no depth whatsoever. They're not a deep team. So when your best player is hurt, you need someone like fucking what's his name to step up his game. And it's hard to step up your game when you're not there, when you don't play, when you're when you don't play. So yeah, this is not going to end well for him. Like he look, I'm telling you, man. Like I said in the beginning of the year that they weren't going to go anywhere, and like I said, and the reason why is because you have two guys on that team you can't trust. The guys who are supposed to be your top guys, you can't trust them.
Mm-hmm.
Kyrie and Ben, but at least Kyrie right now he's playing right now. He's playing great. And Kevin Durant once he gets better, they'll be fine. But the facts is that you're paying this guy what 30 something. He's getting paid max money to be a role player.
Max money.
And that's not who that should not be acceptable. That should not be acceptable. You know what I'm saying? And I think that Jock Vaughn, props to him. I think he's fed up with it. I think he's fed up with it. And I think Doc Rivers was fed up with it. But at least Jock Vaughn didn't backtrack. Like this guy, Doc Rivers, he backtracked when he realized that Ben Simmons was not going to come back, and that he was going to use you and Joel as a reason why he's not going to come back. holy crap!
You
get some water.
Yeah, you go get your water. Go get your water. Yeah, all right. While he's gonna go get a drink, Malta, when you had said that he only had averaged, 7 points, that also, you know what, that also showed me not only hasn't really improved whatsoever. That also showed me that it seems like every time he plays the game, he's really more of a on a decline. Like if he was, because I can't remember how many points he averaged when he was playing well in Philadelphia, before the whole incident thing had happened, but it seems like every year he's just performing less and less and less and less, and I'm not really interested.
When he, like, I'm telling you, man, like his first year in the league, or at least the first official year when he came back from the injury.
Yeah.
He couldn't shoot. His free throw shooting was not great, but it wasn't this. It wasn't 40%.
Right. Exactly.
And you just thought that this guy, if he just improved on his shooting, if he just made, because look, Bam Adebayo, his free throw shooting wasn't great when he got into the league, but now his free throw shooting is really good. He got better.
Yeah.
And he's the same. He's the same level of great defender that Ben Simmons is, but now he improved his offensive game, and that's what I think that's what everyone expected Ben Simmons to do. But no, he didn't do that. And whether it's a mental thing, which I think it is, if it's an arrogance thing, which I think it is, I think it can be both. He could be a guy who just mentally not strong enough, and he's also somebody who I think is very arrogant. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't make any sense. And trust me, this team, because of that, because you're relying on him, you're not winning anything with him.
Yeah, and let me share this. Let me share this, real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is pretty much what Malta was saying. Look at these results. Can you look at his stats. Look at his stats. Let's start from the top. Against the Lakers just recently. Well, here he didn't play any minutes, so I'm not gonna hold that against him. I'm not gonna hold that against him. 20 minutes against the Pistons.
Yeah.
0. The Sixers, 12. The Warriors, 7.
For his standards, that's all-star numbers for his standards.
Jazz, 37 minutes. 37 minutes, 6 points. The Suns, 7 points. The Spurs, 10 points. The Thunder, he didn't play. The Celtics, 26 minutes, 0 points. Dude, I had enough with this guy. I had enough with this guy.
Look at his career stats. Go down to his career stats.
All right.
I look at 2017. 2017, he averaged 15 points a game, 54% shooting.
Yep.
Didn't shoot any three, but 8 rebounds, 8 assists, almost 2 steals, and almost a block.
Yes.
You figure that those numbers with seasoning, with growth, with putting on muscle, knowledge of the NBA, those numbers will go up. And they did. The next year, 16, almost 17 a game, 56% shooting. Again, not shooting three, which is fine. Like almost 9 rebounds, almost 8 assists, 1.5 steals, 0.8 blocks. Like he was on the trajectory of being a great player. But then 2019 happened. I think that was the year that they got Jimmy Butler. And whatever happened there, fucked with his head.
Didn't Jimmy Butler call him out?
I don't think he ever really did officially, but it was always hinted that him and Butler didn't get along. It was always hinted at it, and Jimmy said that the reason why I think there was like some weirdness between him and Ben was because when Jimmy got to the team, they pretty much changed the offense to appease Jimmy.
Mm-hmm.
So they made Jimmy the primary ball handler. At least that's what Jimmy thinks.
Mm-hmm.
I know he did an interview with JJ Redick. And
okay. You listened to it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he really didn't say anything bad about Ben. Like he was just saying that I think they just changed the offense too much to where they took the ball out of his hands. In fact, Jimmy was not a fan of Brett Brown.
Okay.
He wasn't a fan. So, and then you look at 2020, and then you look at what happened now. Like, it's sad to see where things are going with him in his career, because I do think that he could have been a special player. But
at such a young age too, he's in his prime of his age right now.
Yeah, but the problem is that his career has always been about getting the most out with minimum effort. Like I said, like in college, he spent 1 year in LSU, right? And his team didn't even make the NCAA tournament, but he was still the number 1 draft pick, even with all that. He was coddled his entire. I think he's been coddled his entire basketball career. He's been coddled.
Yes.
And it's come back to bite him.
Yes. And the reason, and this is the reason why, once again, I want to give a shout out to Malta when he mentioned it, because you mentioned 2022. Remember, he didn't even play 2021.
Yeah.
Remember that he didn't even bother to play not one game. Still decided to cash his checks, but he didn't play not one game. And now you see, not only has his points went down, everything has gone down across the board.
Mm-hmm.
Everything has been going down. So to me, and I remember you and I had this argument a while back before. I don't know what your stance is now, but to me, this is another prime example. This dude doesn't care about basketball. He only cares about what he wants to do. He doesn't want to play. He proved that last year. He didn't want to play any a lick of basketball. And then now you're playing with 2 elite players in your squad. Elite players. And you still performing like this? You would think that whether if you was with Embiid and Jimmy Butler, and now you have Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant, you would think that somebody would make your life easier in the basketball court. You would think that somebody would make it easier for you to score at least sometimes.
Personally, I think that was a detriment. I think that's a detriment because what they try to do, they try to coddle him, saying, "Oh, you don't have to do this, you don't have to do that. Just play defense and do this, and you'll be fine." No, I would have preferred if he had gone to like Sacramento or to a team where he was forced to be the primary guy.
Oh, you would prefer that?
Yeah, maybe he can't. Maybe he can't handle the pressures of a big market. Maybe he can't. That's why I would have preferred if he had gone to a smaller team. Therefore, he would have at least some accountability on what the team does.
Mm-hmm.
Show if he can be a leader of a team, if he can be the primary option for your team. But instead, no, he goes to Brooklyn, and started with Steve Nash saying, "Oh, he don't have to do this, he don't have to do that. He just needs to just be himself, and he'll be fine." And all this other stupid shit. Calling to this guy.
Yeah.
So let me read some comments.
Yeah, and I'm glad that that you said that because because you could clearly see that what's the 76ers did, and how when Doc Rivers tried to get have his back. Remember, he didn't call him out the first time.
Yeah.
And then remember how he was saying how anyone thinks that Ben Simmons is not a starter or whatever it is. He said they don't know basketball. I don't know if you remember that one.
Yeah, I remember that comment.
Yeah. And then now what you mentioned, about Steve Nash. So clearly trying to coddle him, like you're saying, is not working. It's not working. He's been doing the exact same thing in two different organizations. He is now screwing two fan bases back to back. He screwed the 76ers fan base, and now he's screwing the Nets fan base. Back to back seasons. So dog, bro, and the simple fact that he saw how Giannis was playing. He saw how Russell Westbrook. He's not a shooter either. LeBron James, he didn't shoot the ball when he first started in the season. Like, he would shoot the ball sometime, but he wasn't as a good of a shooter that Icy was now. You would think that at least for a little bit, he would use those guys as some type of cheat sheet and try to emulate what the other guys have done, because they're almost played pretty much the same.
But here's the difference. That Malta brought it up, and he's right. He's afraid to go to the free throw line. Yeah, Giannis is not a great free throw shooter, but he's not afraid.
Yeah.
Like Westbrook, he's not a great free throw shooter. That makes no sense. But he's not. But again, he's not afraid.
Right.
He's afraid. He's clearly afraid. He was afraid against Atlanta, and that told you everything you needed to know. That told you everything you needed to know about him.
Yes.
So, all right. So moving on. Brian said no. If KD is sore, you tell him to get his ass on the court and earn his money. All right. You saw what he did to Steve Nash. All right. You saw what he did to Steve Nash. Right.
No, I 100% agree with you, Brian. No, you're right, because he's still going to get paid at the end of the day. He's still going to get his money. He has guaranteed contracts like everybody else does.
You see, but you see how he did Steve Nash. You see how he did Steve Nash. If you think you're gonna be a hard ass to him, all right. You have all the money and all the access to all the medical pros. No pussies allowed. And I think Stan Van Gundy said it best, where he said that we have more trainers, more physicians, more everything, and yet guys are hurt more often. So something's not going right. And I agree with him. And Kevin Durant agreed with him also.
So you're blaming the medical staff?
No, there's something. There is something that, in my opinion, I think teams are more cautious of making their guys play. Often. I think they are. I think they're so invested in these players and how good. Because, like you said, we always say That one basketball player can make a huge difference for a
Mm-hmm.
team. Like we know that, and the team know that. So like they're not going to risk it. Why do you think New Orleans is so careful with Zion? They're careful with Zion. You know, even the Grizzlies they're careful with Morant. You know, the Bucks are careful with Giannis because they don't want their team they don't want that guy having a catastrophic injury because if those guys get those big injuries, that team season is over. It's over.
Agreed. Yes.
And I think Ruben yeah, Ruben says it right here. Like he's right. Personally, leagues need to look out for their players. So you don't get a KD in the finals against the Raptors, especially with aging players. Like you saw what happened. You saw what happened with Kevin Durant. I mean, you look at what happened with Magic Johnson in the I think it was 1990 finals against Detroit. He got hurt. He had a sprained hamstring. It was over. It was over, and they didn't even win a game. They're like these teams. They have to be careful with their star players. And I know one guy who I listened to. He said that only the star players get rest. Well, yeah, because they're your star players. If look as great as what's that dude's name Bane is for Memphis, like yeah, like you don't want him to get hurt.
Who's an all-star, by the way? Well, go ahead.
No, he's very good, but who would you rather not have on the court, like Bane or Ja Morant? Who would you rather have on the court?
Yeah, of course, Morant by far.
Yeah, that's obvious. Like they want they want their star players to get they want their star players to be healthy going into the playoffs.
Yeah.
So if they're feeling any type of soreness, it don't surprise me that they're going to give them a day off or two. And I get it. It's not the mentality that it was back in the day because guys pride themselves on playing as many games as possible. I get it. Like I understand, but like I understand. Like that's why I don't think that's why I always say it's more of a team thing than it is a than a player thing. I don't think it's a player thing as much as it's a team thing. Because
Yeah.
I think they have more to lose. They're paying these guys all this money. They want to make sure that they want to make sure that they win. That they win with that player.
Yeah, but when it comes to Ben Simmons, though, that dude had when you can't get it done in two different teams, there's really nothing else. There's nothing else to defend. Like there's really nothing else that you could do.
Yeah, I get that part.
There's nothing else that you could do. So when it comes to Ben, so even if you're right, in regards to elite players should get rest or team like Ben Simmons, he had his chance. The last thing anybody wants to hear from him, especially with the awful performance that he's been giving us and how he's awful performance he's been giving to the fan base, we don't want to hear about injuries. We don't want to hear about soreness. That's not what we want to hear about. We don't people could give a rip about that. What we want to hear is you going to improve whatever that you need to do to get your body ready for the next game and improve on your scoring. Be aggressive, like how Shaq and Charles Barkley have been saying on TNT. Like be aggressive, but he's just not doing anything. Hell, I don't have you. I haven't even been impressed with his defense. Like I don't. I just don't understand how at this point, like he just doesn't want to play. Just I mean, his trade value is not that good. So I don't know what the Nets could do with this guy.
I
Like
mean,
who?
they have the contract that they traded from Philadelphia, and if I'm not mistaken, off the top of my head, I think there's 3 years left on that deal.
Yeah, so they're stuck.
Yeah, they're probably stuck. And if let's say if Kyrie leaves this offseason, right? And then we don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So imagine you have a team, a Brooklyn Nets team that doesn't have. We don't know what Kevin Durant's gonna do. You know, what I mean, we don't know what he's gonna do, but you have a team without Kyrie, and all you have is Kevin Durant and Ben Simmons. Like that's not a recipe for success.
Absolutely not. Not even close. Not if the guy's gonna is just averaging 7 points. No.
Uh, Ruben said that he lacked tact by saying that. Or if you're referring to Jock Vaughn, I don't know if I would go that far. If you're talking about Doc Rivers, I would agree a little bit more, but like I mean, man, when you're at your wits' end with a player, I can understand the frustration. I understand the frustration. Let me see.
No. I think you're wrong, Ruben, because like I just said, he had multiple chances to improve, and he hasn't been doing anything. He hasn't been doing anything. Like there's just gonna there has to be a moment of time to where enough is enough. You're just gonna have to call it how it is. We can't win with this guy.
Right. Yeah. So Critical Drop said that Pokemon TV show coming to an end. Well, at least Ash Ketchum's journey. About damn time.
I mean that show has been going on. I think since in middle school, I believe. I don't think it existed yet in elementary school, but I think since middle school. And I was talking to one of the guys at my other job, and frankly, they still do a lot of Pokemon tournaments, um, over like like at comic book shops and different places. Like they actually do a lot of tournaments there. So as far as not just the games, the show, but even as far as the cards, like everything is still relevant. So Pokemon is a huge name. As far as the show, I mean, if they want to end it now, I mean, I guess, but people still watch it. I'm pretty sure there's going to be another version of Pokemon. Trust me.
No, I think there is. I think there is. I think there is. I think this Ash Ketchum saga is ending.
Yeah.
Yeah, hold on. So let me make a comment real quick.
that's funny. Ben's better start learning Chinese.
And
Yeah.
also, I just got something on the wire. I just got a notification.
Hmm.
Uh, Luka Doncic, 53 points and the game winner.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. So, right. So Malta said that Westbrook is way better than Simmons.
No. All I said was Ben Simmons, like everybody else, even players, like they all have common sense. Like they know who's shooting the ball well. What we're seeing on TV, they know. They also know. They also know. What Ben Simmons should have been doing is try to emulate what Westbrook or LeBron James or Giannis, guys, elite players who didn't know how to shoot the ball, or at least wasn't maybe just average shooters. And all he had to do was just try to copy and paste. But he's not doing anything to improve his game at all. So that was my point. I'm not saying that Westbrook wasn't better than Ben Simmons. All I'm saying was that Westbrook didn't shoot the ball well, but yet he continued to try to shoot the ball, even though many would say it's a liability for him to shoot the ball. But the guy was still trying. He's trying. Ben Simmons is not trying. That's the problem.
And Moses said talk about the 0 point games. Like there's nothing you can't. There's nothing to talk about if you don't score. There's nothing to talk about if you don't score. Like he's getting paid all that money to be a role player, and even that's weird because role players at least can score points.
Yeah, because all he's doing is just diluting himself, his own game. Because we saw the stats where every year his stats are diminishing. He's not doing anything that what he needs to do to improve his game. He's pretty much doing the exact same thing with no improvements. So it's no surprise that he had multiple 0 games. It's no surprise at all. Like, to me, if you are not even attempting, to score the basketball, I can't believe he actually had those minutes. Like 20, I think there was one he was like 26 minutes or whatever, and no points. Like, now you're just a waste of space.
You need to ask better from your third best player. Your third best player needs to be good. And right now he's not good. And
It's
I don't want to
awful.
hear I don't want to hear about the whole he plays great defense or like there are lots of guys who play great defense but can still contribute offensively.
Yes.
Like when he was healthy, Kawhi Leonard can do that for you. Like Paul George can do that for you. Jimmy
Absolutely.
Butler can do that for you. Bam Adebayo can do that for you. There's lots of guys
100%.
like Gary Payton can do that for you.
Facts.
Akeem Olajuwon can do that for you. There are guys in the league who can do what they do defensively or rebounding and can still provide offense for you. He has all the talent in the world and he's letting it go to waste. And that's the saddest part about this whole thing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we'll
I
see,
mean,
man.
I mean, like, look, the guy, he does, like I said, he's, to me, I think he's just lazy. He's a lieabout. That's what he is. And if all you want to do is just, slouch in the freaking couch and not do anything, and you just want to just do your own thing, don't even play basketball anymore. Just freaking leave. Like, right now, you're just a waste of space. And I know people are gonna say, "Oh, that's being mean spirited," but the facts are there's multiple games where he's not even scoring a basket. That shows you that he does not want to play. So, like, I'm over it. Like, I'm over it. You didn't like what Doc Rivers said, so now you had an opportunity to play with Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving, and yet you still want to play the exact same way. So once again, it was never a coaching issue. This whole entire time was a Ben Simmons issue. He's weak minded. He's weak. He doesn't have the I guess the tenacity or any type of boldness whatsoever to face his fears. Like, he doesn't want to. He doesn't. So how in the world can anybody expect him to improve if he doesn't even want to from jump? You know what I mean? 0 points is unacceptable for a guy who's 6'9". He's playing 26 minutes. That's unacceptable. 0 points should never be something that you should be satisfied with. I don't care how many rebounds or assists that he has. I wouldn't. That should never be sedated. I should never be satisfied with that type of performance. That you don't even attempt a basket. So Ben Simmons is a bum. I'm gonna say it right here, right now in this podcast. He's a bum. I said that to you privately too. He's a bum. I'm using Shaq's word right now. Bum. And until I see improvements, he's going to remain that way. So he now holds the trophy of falling off a cliff. Not Russell Westbrook. Ben Simmons is holding that now.
all right. Well, on that note, we can end the podcast. Let me do the roll call. Malta, thank you for watching. Ruben, thank you for watching. Critical Drop. Brian, thank you for watching. I said Ruben, right? Yeah, I think I did.
I don't remember, but you can say it
Yeah,
again.
Ruben,
Shout
yeah,
out
thank
Ruben.
you for watching. Let me see. I think Rose Mike, Chris, thank you for watching. Rose Mike, thank you for watching. Uh, Joshua, thank you for watching. Tough Cat, thank you for watching. Talk to Steve about that. F, thank you
Yes.
for watching. Ed, thank you for watching. Conspiracy Agent, thank you for watching. Ryan Meadows, thank you for watching. Oh, play that thing, that rant.
Rant.
Yeah, there was a rant that we heard that was a very funny rant that we were
Uh,
listening to before then. It had to do with barbecue.
oh. All right. Yeah. Real
Listen to
quick.
this. This is funny.
It was. I mean, I was laughing. This is one of our friends in the chat, and he was complaining about when he went to a. I guess to get something to eat. So this is what he says. I'm just gonna play it right now.
Bro, I said it, dog.
Can you hear it?
After I said what I wanted, I said barbecue sauce, dog. I said it 2 times, not once. I said it 2 times. Bro, I said it, dog. After I said what I wanted, I said barbecue sauce, dog. I said it 2 times, not once. I said it 2 times. When they're done the order, I said it again. I said it a second time. Yeah, I should have checked before I left, but come on, man. Fuck. You're so... Bro, I'm guessing that when they hear, you want the chicken wings, they assume that, okay, the person want hot sauce with it. Bro, not everybody wants to eat chicken wings with hot sauce. Not everyone eats their chicken wings with hot sauce. Like, come on, dog. Listen.
So that's one of our buddies. He gave us that message in the private chat. Frankly, he is so pissed off that he cannot enjoy his food because he asked for barbecue sauce. But yeah, instead of giving him barbecue sauce, they gave him hot sauce. And this dude hates spicy food with a passion. He hates all type of spicy foods. He hates jalapenos. He hates hot sauce. He hates anything that is spicy. And so now he really can't enjoy his food because they gave him hot sauce instead of barbecue. That was just funny, man. What do you have to say before we go?
No, I just thank you guys for watching. Always check your food before you leave. Always check your food before you leave.
I like that. Yeah. Guys and gals, make sure you check before you leave the premises. Check. All you have to do is check. But anyway, Hoovy gave you guys the shout out. Once again, I appreciate you all for watching. If you have the time, a quick moment, if you could just give us a quick like, and share our content so that other people could come out here and watch, and we will make more. So this is the Traditionalist 101 signing out. Yeah, have a good one.
Like I said, we will do a Thursday podcast. That's the tier list for Tekken, and then yeah, man, come back Thursday, and then come back following Monday for a new podcast, a new traditional overrated podcast. So on that note, this is Hoover 186. I'm out.